throughout the whole week.
The stress of this place and the biggest show we do all year long, it gets to you, it eats you up.
I'm not nervous. I've been shooting that gap for many a year now, and I'm not scared. I'm ready for it.
I love the style, I love the pressure, I love the lights, the pyro, everything about it. The energy here is amazing.
But will they be able to beat the defending World Finals racing champion Morgan Kane and Gravedigger?
Get into the box and just hold it to the floor wide open. That was my motto last year, and it seemed to work. So just getting smooth and fast down the track is key.
32 of the most talented Monster Jam superstars in the world are here to compete for the coveted Monster Jam World Finals Racing Championship. Who will walk away the victor? Find out next. Welcome to the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. It is time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals 18 racing champion, a moment that Monster Jam fans from around the world have joined us to find out who will be that champion. I am Ryan Lacoste alongside a man who's been a part of every Monster Jam World Finals here on FS1, the one and only Scott Douglas. And the story of the night, last night, Tristan England and Earthshaker winning the Double Down Showdown.
He's in the field, the 32 that will go for the Monster Jam World Finals Racing Championship. Ryan, a pleasure to be here, as you mentioned. I've been a part of all these, it's always the same. The wind's blowing, the track's gonna change, and the guy who handled it best last night, all due respect to Tristan England, on the Double Down during qualifying, Cody Saucier, who's always been good in his brief history here. Monster Energy is the #1 seed. But when I looked at the bracket, not only Cody, there are several very talented racers who are very fast. Names come to mind like Ryan Anderson, Neil Elliott. They haven't won it before, and oh, they want it so bad.
Now it's time to see how the track holds up and who can shake off the nerves the fastest, because it's time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals 18 racing champion right now. It's an honor to be here with the best of the best, watching the best of the best. And the rookies here, you got to think Bryce Kinney and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior feeling crazy butterflies right now.
And what about Tristan England? He's got some laps under him now after winning the Double Down Showdown yesterday in Earthshaker.
There's Buddy Tompkins in Raising Cane on this year's Monster Jam FS1 West Championship Series, and guys returning like Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare, and Charlie Pocket in Monster Mud.
Hey, Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo, Rosalie Raymer, Wildflower, they will represent, as will Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco, a strong female contingent. Don't even look at them as females. They are competitors.
Matt Biden in the two-time World Finals Championship Truck Metal Militia. I'm excited to see how he does. Candace Jolly, Monster Mud Dalmatian, always a thrill to watch, too.
How great is it to see Randy Brown here in a Gravedigger? He's been here in Man of Steel. He was here in the Turtle. Now he gets to drive a digger truck, and he's earned it as one of the Tour champions this year.
And Jim Kohler here in a brand new truck celebrating his 20th year. He's the only one now that's been here at all Monster Jam World Finals.
Colton Eichelberger, Tyler Menega, Morgan Kane. You talk about the future of this business, they are 3 contenders right now.
And if you notice, the times keep getting faster. Todd LeDuc in Monster Energy looking for another racing championship at the World Finals, as is Adam Anderson and Gravedigger.
Always seems to be a top qualifier here, and he'll be a contender as a 2-time World Finals racing winner. Now look at where the times are. Cody Saucier, Monster Energy, comes within 26 1/1000ths of the track qualifying record, but look just above him. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, right there with him. And Neil Elliott, Max D's been the most consistent. These 3 clearly are the favorites going in.
Now let's check out our racing bracket. Qualifiers 1 through 16 will be given lane choice in round 1 of racing, and they'll put whoever they're going against in the other lane.
And the way these are drawn up, again, that's why qualifying is so important. 1 versus 32, 2 versus 31. So you look at some of these matchups, and when you get to the ones that are like an NCAA tournament bracket, a 14-15 or a 16-13, those figure to be really close races, but anybody can surprise in this field.
Up first, we have Cody Saucier in Monster Energy in the yellow lane, making his return to the Monster Jam World Finals stage.
Let's take a look at the green lane, where we get our first look in this competition at Bryce Kinney and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. He struggled in qualifying, so he draws the #1 man.
Cody Saucier has had his hands full on one of our Stadium Series, battling Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger all year, and this is Bryce Kenny's really first big appearance in a stadium minus Minneapolis early at the end of 2016.
What a turn by Bryce Kinney. That's the best run this kid's had the whole time. I mean, Cody had to crack the whip to beat him.
He's the fastest qualifier right now, setting the tone at a 16.391. Cody Saucier moving on to our second round of racing in Monster Energy, and you are on board with Cody Saucier.
Really impressive to watch that young man step up, and I think we're going to see this, everybody bringing their A game, and of course the track is a little bit different than it was yesterday.
Here for his 12th World Finals appearance in the yellow lane, it's Mark McDonald and El Toro Loco.
VP Racing Fuel's mad scientist Lee O'Donnell, he just red lit. He jumped the start. He's disqualified. What a story, because this is a guy a lot of people thought had a shot. And look at him. He's running strong, but he's disqualified already.
He's come so close to winning that World Finals Racing Championship. Tonight will not be his night as Mark McDonald and El Toro Loco moves on to our second round of racing, a 16.609.
Wow. When you think about it, this is the only event of the year that they have to start on the Christmas tree, the drag racing style starting lights. It got Lee O'Donnell. Now, let's see if anybody else starts to get nervous about it.
In the yellow lane, it's Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, and it looks like Charlie Pauken in Monster Mutt with another red light in round one of racing.
Wow, back-to-back two top contenders. The champion of Stadium Tour 4 is out of the competition. Now, Tyler doesn't want to let up because he's looking for lane choice. This guy is fast and got a shot.
16.285 came so close last year to being our Double Down Showdown champion. This year winning the Triple Threat Series East. I mean, this is the future of Monster Jam right here.
2 in a row out of the green lane had to hit the red light and gotten disqualified. Now you're on board with Morgan Kane, the reigning champion in Gravedigger, and he's going to take that yellow lane.
Cam McQueen in the green lane at the BKT Tire starting line. 2 heavy hitters going head-to-head right now. On board with Morgan Kane in Gravedigger, looking to hold on to his World Finals racing title.
Cam's right with him. Oh, but he clips the third car. He's going to wheelie it across. With Cam McQueen, you're always going to get a show.
Morgan Kane got lucky. The end of that race is 16.580. Cody Saucier still at the fastest time in round one of racing.
Yeah, and that's for Morgan, not the kind of times we saw from him last year. Watch the replay, though. Cam was right there with him in the Northern Nightmare. When he clipped it, he never let up, and that's what turned it into the wheelie, but you generally don't win racing wheelie. You could win freestyle that way.
By any means necessary here in Las Vegas, you want to be the one that crosses that finish line first. The yellow lane, it's Buddy Tompkins in Raising Cane.
And B.J. Johnson for Richard Rollins' team, the Gas Monkey Garage operations here.
Looking neck and neck off the starting line. Raising Cane looking a little out of control coming out of Thunder Alley.
Yeah, this one's all B.J. if he makes the turn. Gas Monkey Garage put this one in the win column.
His second World Finals appearance, and he's moving on to the second round. It's B.J. Johnson, Gas Monkey Garage, with a 16.669. Not quite as fast as everyone else right now, but
you need to be getting in that 16.2 range or under if you're going to start playing in the high rent district here.
Green lane of the BKT Tire starting line, his first appearance at the World Finals, Matt Byton and Metal Militia.
And Scott Buteau. Look at this awesome new body on the Team Hot Wheels Firestorm.
Scott Buteau looking for his first racing win in World Finals history right now. Matt Byton looking for the same.
Now, Byton's been impressive coming on, but probably more impressive in freestyle since he took over this ride at the start of the year. But you can see he's fast right there with Buteau.
Scott Buteau, Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, a 16.558. Not bad for his first round win, and he's pumped too.
Yeah, gets that monkey off his back. You always want to get those wins in this competition, and a round win in this competition is big.
Now in the yellow lane, it's Alex Blackwell in the brand new Megalodon Monster Jam truck.
Going up against Candace Jolly and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Did you see the Dalmatian fashion show out at the pit party today? It was unbelievable.
Jester's Matt Pagliarulo stole the show, and it looks like Alex Blackwell with a slight lead coming down the straightaway.
This one's close. Watch the turn. Both of them hit it.
Neck and neck still.
I think Alex got her, but it's not by much.
It is a 16.608. Alex Blackwell with his 12th racing win here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Now in the green lane, it is Lindsey Wink, Lucas Oil Crusader, this year's FS1 East Series champion.
And as you get a look on board with Lindsey Wink and the Lucas Oil Crusader, the opposite lane is the man who's won this competition twice, 2-time racing champion, 4-time world champion, Adam Anderson for Team Gravedigger.
This is going to be a good race.
Yeah, Lindsay's had an incredible year with you guys all year on this FS1 Championship Series.
And Adam Anderson has won an FS1 Series
He's in
championship.
trouble. Look at Adam. He's out of control. Unbelievable.
In reverse. The race isn't over till it's over. Adam Anderson struggling to get back together. Lindsey Wink, Lucas Oil Crusader moving on to our second round of racing with a huge win over Adam Anderson.
It shows you the nature of this beast, and this beast being the track and the pressure of this competition. Two of the best in the game in racing turn in two of the worst times. It's one of the things that makes this competition so amazing. It's unpredictability.
Now we go on board with America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. You can see Adam Anderson struggling right there to keep it straight.
Yeah, I guess this is the pressure of the whole thing. Adam really wanted this so bad, and he just wouldn't let up.
I was in the chicane, riding the wall, felt all right, a little out of control, but I knew I had it. I was gonna be able to come back, almost using the wall for a little bit of an advantage, holding me on the track. It blew a fitting out on the rear steer. When I hit the wall, there's nothing I could do. Coming down the straightaway, I lost it. The rear steer turned on me. There's nothing you can do. When you're gonna be running 60, 70 miles an hour and the rear steer turns, there's nothing you can do. I failed.
That turn has been his best and his worst friend over the years here at Sam Boyd Stadium. Up next, we have Neil Elliott in Max D in the yellow lane.
And the veteran Chad Fortune and Soldier Fortune will come out of the green lane.
Neil Elliott's so close this year to that FS1 West Series championship. Now, fingers crossed that he can get the racing championship tonight. And almost the same mistake as Adam Anderson.
Yeah, but not as badly, and he's back in it, and he's going to win the race. So he made a smaller mistake than Adam, but again, as Adam pointed out, when he hit the wall, it damaged the truck. Neil obviously just kissed it a little bit, and it didn't hurt his time that much in a 16.4.
Another great race as we move closer to crowning our World Finals Racing Championship. Celebrating 20 years, it is the two-time World Finals champion, Jim Kohler, an Avenger in the green lane.
And in the yellow lane, Barry Musauer and Zombie going up against the only man now officially to compete in all 18 Monster Jam World Finals.
What a way to do it then, in a brand new truck too.
Little edge to Kohler. How about Avenger? Jim not known as a great racer on this track. He's known for winning freestyles, and he holds off Barry Musauer and Zombie.
And Barry Musauer has had a great year on one of our Triple Threat series, but Jim Kohler with a 16.431 in Avenger. He could be the dark horse for tonight's racing competition. Here's the replay, practically neck and neck. Avenger with a slight lead in Zombie. Barry Musauer just couldn't catch up as Jim Kohler moves on to our second round of racing.
Jim Kohler putting on a show in that truck, that's for sure.
There can only be one. Who will be our Monster Jam World Finals racing champion? Find out next. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. We've seen some great racing action so far.
Well, that's the theme of the night. We're going to see a bunch more of it. Here's where we're at as you kind of look at the beginning of this stepladder process to get to that championship round race. Coming up next, Dragon and Overkill Evolution. Some interesting matchups ahead. Son of a Digger as the second fastest qualifier has a surprisingly tough match because Bounty Hunter struggled yesterday. We'll talk more about that later.
In the yellow lane, John Zimmer and Dragon, 16-6 in racing this year.
And former Double Down Showdown champion Mike Viders II, who either took a nap at the line or he's afraid of the red light. Overkill Evolution gave up 2 lengths at the start line.
John Zimmer with a red light in round 1 of racing, basically handing things over to Mike Viders II, Overkill Evolution.
It's conceivable that Mike saw the red light and just stopped and let it go knowing he had the race. So let me kind of back up and not call it for napping necessarily. Whatever. His time, though, is going to, and maybe he's not worried about lane choice, but 17.7 is not going to give him any lane choice.
A guy who usually is worried about lane choice, Todd LeDuc in Monster Energy, this year's FS1 West Series champion.
And remember last year, he was worried about that red light because he did it a couple of times in practice. May have cost him a world championship as he goes up against Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo.
It's East versus West right now, and Todd LeDuc, Monster Energy, has held that World Finals Racing Championship before, looking to do it again tonight as he goes on to win round 1 racing over Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo.
Flipping the turn car didn't even hurt him a little bit. 16.6. Well, you say that, his time's not what we normally expect from LeDuc, but let's be fair, Ryan, so far, nobody's gotten under 16 yet. kind of taken a while for this to work in, and you know, kind of start to watch where they're lining up at the starting line, because as you can see with Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower in the green lane, already getting that blue groove already starting. She's kind of centered up, but a lot of the drivers are going to try and take different angles.
And she's up against someone who's had a breakout year, Colt Stevens in FS1 Cletus, with the lead right now coming to the final turn.
Second generation star, his dad, Scott Stevens, of course, the original King Crunch driver, and Colt, chip off the old block. That was a strong run.
And she had her dad here too, Calvin Raymer, driver of Time Flies. FS1 Cletus is 16.793. These times seem a little off so far.
Yeah, Rosalie Raymer, an engineering student at Georgia Tech, certainly been one of the big stories here, and getting her first taste of Monster Jam World Finals racing. Colton Eichelberger, son of Tom Mentz, driving Max D in the yellow lane.
And in the green lane, it's Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco finally getting her opportunity to compete in the big show. And
whoa! Colton misses it.
She's going to have another opportunity to continue on right now if she can cross the finish line first.
She's a little bit out of shape. She's way out of shape. Oh, my. She won the race, but did she lose the war?
It's a cartwheel for El Toro Loco crossing the finish line, a 17.644. She is the first woman to win a race here at the World Finals since 2009. But will she be able to continue, as you said on board, upside down with Becky McDonough?
Look at those onboards.
She comes into this final turn, seeing she has a little bit of a lead, kind of takes it a little easy. It throws her off almost, it looks like. And then we go for this wild ride. And it is a bull.
You wonder when you make that turn, Ryan, I'd love to ask her, when you make the turn and you don't see an opponent, you're expecting to be in a race. So, wait a minute, where's Colton? And you know, just a little bit possibly of lost concentration, and now the truck, it looks trash. We'll get a report, I'm sure, from the pits.
Here's last night's Double Down Showdown champion, Tristan England in Earthshaker.
The veteran Randy Brown for Team Gravedigger, as he will come out of that green starting lane. His first time ever in Gravedigger in this competition, even though he's been here before.
And for Tristan England, his first time ever at the World Finals. So
yeah.
This is huge. Veteran and rookie, and it looks like the veteran is showing him how it's done.
Tristan was so consistent in winning the Double Down Showdown. He's got to stick with it, though. Randy's a mess down there in the corner, but Gravedigger will pull it out. Interesting how 24 hours makes such a difference. England was probably, from the start of the first practice Wednesday to the end of the night at Double Down Thursday, the most consistently improved. And there, he just didn't get it done at all.
17.328 for Gravedigger as Jimmy Creighton pulls up to the green BKT tire starting line in Bounty Hunter.
And he will go up against the number 2 qualifier, because Jimmy did not have a good qualifying run. So he draws Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Is there anybody in this field who wants a championship more than this guy? And how close has he gotten in the last couple of years?
Well, he has the fastest World Finals competition time at a 15.544. If he could pull that off all night, it's his.
Well, nobody's been close to those numbers. That was recorded last year. Look at Creighton hanging in there. So Jimmy came to play.
Bounty Hunter with the lead, coming to the finish line.
Race.
That looked like.
I think Ryan pulled it out. He had to crack the whip.
It is Son of a Digger, a 16.454.
Think about this for a second. After all his struggles yesterday, Creighton nails his best lap of the entire time this year in Vegas. But when do you see Bounty Hunter get out horsepowered? He's behind. Look at Ryan at the end. He had more muscle to get across the line by, what do you think, maybe 8 inches?
It couldn't have been much more. I mean, he had probably what he gave up in that turn, the extra distance he took. What a great race. Round 2 racing is set. 16 superstars remain. Who will be our World Finals racing champion? Find out next. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium in the ultimate spring family vacation. The Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside the Monster Voice, Scott Douglas. We're ready for round 2 of racing, and after round 1, I'm ready for more.
And one of the things we got to keep an eye on as we look at these brackets, how many times are we going to see the red light come into play? 3 times we had DQs in round number 1. You got to be careful there.
And we'll get some of the thoughts from our drivers who red lit in round 1.
I believe something's not right. I haven't red lit in forever. You know, not that the greatest at the light, but you know, we think we know what the problem is. You know, it's the truck rocks back, unbrakes the beam, and it goes from yellow to red. You don't even get a green light.
Whether I red lit or the lights are acting up, who knows? But definitely not happy. Had a fast truck tonight. My crew chief, Kenneth Stelling, can't thank him enough. Really felt we had what it takes to get to the finals tonight. So my bad or the lights bad. Oh well.
I feel like there's a lot of nights you kind of roll with the punches. Tonight, you just feel them at the Monster Jam World Finals. Mark McDonald, El Toro Loco pulling up to the green lane of the BKT Tires starting line.
And the opposition will come from the #1 qualifier a night ago, Cody Saucier, former Double Down Showdown champion, driving Monster Energy.
Both clean off the line, going into the chicane, looking neck and neck, coming down Thunder Alley right now, and it looks like a slight lead for Mark McDonald.
To the turn, Cody's made up the ground, nails the turn. McDonald's in trouble in the turn. You're right, El Toro had the edge, but Mark couldn't close the deal.
Cody Saucier finishes strong with a 16.191, the fastest time of the night so far, and a victory donut for that second round race win.
16.3 for McDonald when he does this. That shows you how fast he was before it all came apart at the end.
He could have had a 15-second run.
Yeah.
And a win, too, but that turn car got the best of Mark McDonald and El Toro Loco. So Monster Energy, Cody Saucier moving on to our quarterfinals. Our next round 2 race features Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, and you're riding on board.
Well, and you're not having double vision. We have a Gravedigger in the other lane as well. Morgan Kane and Gravedigger, the defending Monster Jam World Finals racing champion. He's got a tough draw here against Tyler.
And this is the first time in World Finals history we've had 2 Gravediggers going head-to-head in a race. This is crazy to watch.
Menninga, remember, came all the way to the finals of the Double Down Showdown a year ago, and he has just come from behind and upset and dethroned the champ.
16.211 for Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger, who took advantage of Morgan Kane's bobble there in the final turn. The replay here, it was just so close, and Morgan Kane had it. He had the momentum.
A better turn for Menninga, and he literally pulls it out by 26 1/1000ths of a second.
One of the closest races of the night so far.
We're all so close in time that any bobble can win, and I think that bobble for me was the turn car. I came around the corner, cut it a little too tight, and that's my game. I love cutting the corners tight because I want to be smooth and fast, and you know, Tyler's doing a great job, so I cannot wait to see how far he's able to go and challenge people.
That kid's a class act right there, and he's going to win more championships before he's done.
And a lot like Mark McDonald the race before, hitting that turn car in the final turn. Here's the brand new paint scheme for Team Hot Wheels Firestorm. Scott Buteau in the yellow lane.
Going up against Gas Monkey Garage and BJ Johnson. Looked pretty good in round #1. This should be an interesting matchup of a couple of guys who really have never had a deep run here, albeit this BJ's just second shot. Man, you win this one, you can start to build some momentum.
It's another FS1 East versus West race here at the Monster Jam World Finals. Neck and neck, Scott Buteau wide in the final turn.
Can't go that deep, Ryan. You just can't.
BJ even clipped the turn car again for the 3rd time in that left lane, but goes on to win a 16.413 for Gas Monkey Garage, about 0.2 of a second off of the faster times from Tyler Menninga.
That time's solid. He's not bad at all, and you're right. That was a great race between those two. Here's Alex Blackwell, and arguably one of the most popular new trucks we've seen come down the pike in a year or two. Megalodon, you ought to see the lines for this truck when it's at any pit party.
I look forward to Shark Week and the Monster Jam World Finals. In the green lane,
Nice.
It's Lindsey Wink and the Lucas Oil Crusader at the BKT Tire starting line.
The champion of Monster Jam FS1 East Series. The Lucas Oil Crusader team. What a comeback year after the disaster, and that's what it was for them on the track a year ago. They've been great this year, but they've got a race. Look at Blackwell cut that turn. Alex has got him.
And Megalodon goes on to win to move on to our quarterfinal round of racing, a 16.281.
Maybe one of the most forgotten accomplishments. Alex Blackwell in the past has made it all the way to the championship round here. You can't sell him short, but as you look at Lindsey Wink, he just gets deep and misses the turn, and Alex nailed a perfect turn. Watch, that was just brilliant.
Lindsey Wink solid all year on the FS1 East Series in racing, and I honestly thought he would be in the Final Four, so a tough break for Lindsey Wink, but for Alex Blackwell, the dream continues.
Everybody's brackets are blown up now.
And up next, we'll show you the biggest pit party in the world. The Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Sparkplug continues on FS1 next. Welcome back to the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Sparkplugs. Let's take a look at our pit party.
Who's ready for America's best look-in?
As you can see, Scott, once again, the biggest pit party of the year is here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas.
I want you to watch these shots. Look at the signs these fans make. You know how much time and effort goes into some of these? And then when they open the pit party doors, you don't want to be standing in the middle of that. These fans are serious. And we unveiled the 25th Monster Jam truck, Monster Jam anniversary truck. There's just so much to see.
And fans from around the world are here. Canada, Australia, all across the country. The biggest and best fans come to meet all of their favorite superstars, and there are over 100 to see and meet.
Yeah, and so many great sponsors like Lucas Oil, VP Racing Fuels, Hot Wheels, BKT Tires, great clips, all the folks, America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses, who've been great to the sport this year. This is a great showcase for them as well. And they have a blast. They have fun with the fans, and it's really great for everybody.
And this year, too, we also celebrated 35 years of Gravedigger, Dennis Anderson, and that whole crew out of North Carolina.
You know, and Dennis got shaken up a little bit earlier this year. He's on rehab, but he was here. He wouldn't miss this event with his entire team. And, you know, that's the thing. 35 years ago was when Dennis created Gravedigger. All the fans, all the thrills they provided since then, and it continues today.
And it was all smiles from the Gravedigger camp at our pit party.
Look
and
stuff you can buy
from our fans, so you get exclusive gear only here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals. You have to join us next year. Get your tickets at monsterjam.com.
Yeah, and the tickets for this, for everything in 2018, including World Finals, will go on sale in the fall. But you can go to monsterjam.com and they'll put you on a newsletter, and then you get the update so you can get the first crack at the tickets.
And if you already have a Double Down ticket, August 1st, you'll be able to rebuy your seats for the Monster Jam World Finals 19, where you can join us once again and meet your favorite superstars. Again, get your Double Down tickets and more info at monsterjam.com.
If you're a Monster Jam fan, this has got to be a bucket list item for you. You got to get out here.
And now it's time to get back into our racing bracket. We have round 3 almost completely set, but we've got to finish up our round 2 bracket of racing, which has Max D versus Avenger, Overkill Evolution versus Monster Energy, plus FS1 Cletus against the other Max D, and Gravedigger versus Son of a Digger.
Yes, and there's, again, so many Gravediggers here. That'll be Randy Brown with a tough draw against Ryan Anderson, the Son of a Digger. Jim Kohler, who looks reborn as a racer. We know he's tough in freestyle, but he's racing like a madman. He's got a tough draw, though. Now, business is picking up.
Neil Elliott in Max D, 2 guys looking for their first ever World Finals Racing Championship, and you got to think Neil Elliott is hungry for it right now, too.
You know, Kohler's been great, but you got to figure Elliott's the favorite. Is this his year to finally get that championship? But Kohler's not giving him anything, and Kohler's got a slight lead.
Into the final turn, Avenger with a small lead. Max D trying to make a comeback.
How about that? What? Somebody go DNA test that guy. That's not Kohler.
A 16.408 for Jim Kohler and Avenger. Neil Elliott and Max D is out. That's a big win for
Neil
Jim Kohler.
didn't make a mistake. I mean, he wasn't as fast as he wanted to be. Jim Kohler is having the racing night of his life here, 18 years into the Monster Jam World Finals career. What a race that was.
And he even clipped the turn car too, but kept on the throttle and moves on to our quarterfinal round of racing. Anything is still possible. Mike Vatter's the second Overkill Evolution now in the green lane.
And here is Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy. And look at the way the bracket's fallen for a guy like Ryan Anderson or a guy like Todd LeDuc. Adam's out. Neil's out. Wow.
Yeah, but Kohler's still in.
Yeah. That made me gotta watch.
Todd LeDuc a little messy in Thunder Alley in Monster Energy. Overkill Evolution with a small lead.
Vatter's had the edge to the turn. LeDuc out-turns him and loses it. Another big gun goes down.
The second major upset of the night here in the second round of racing. Overkill Evolution, a 16.411. Mikey Vatter's the second has to feel good right now.
And it's mistakes being made, except for Neil's case. Adam made a big mistake and then had problems with truck malfunction, and Todd just missed the turn.
Overdrove it. Let's hear from Todd LeDuc about that race.
I had a great run and I braked, but on the exit, I snapped the truck a little bit too much because on the first round, I clipped the car. Second round, I over-rotated it and I just looped out, man. It was just one of those deals. You got to make sure coming out of that last turn, you're straight and powering on all 4. I wasn't, and we lost, so it's all good. We'll come back next year.
Wow, and you think about it too, Mike Vatter's been some great success here before. He's still alive as we look at Randy Brown pulling Gravedigger to the yellow starting line.
And he had the fastest mile per hour in round 1 at 64 miles per hour. In the green lane, it's Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger.
Boy, this bracket seems to be playing right into Ryan's hands now, especially with LeDuc out of his way as well. But he's got to tend to his business, and I'm sure he's taken note of all the mistakes his other co-favorites have been making.
Son of a Digger with the lead over Randy Brown, wide in that final turn.
Come back, Randy!
Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, moves on to our quarterfinal round of racing. Now, only 8 superstars remain. A 16.188 for son of a digger. Ryan Anderson is looking, as they would say, in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, bad fast. As Colt Stevens, FS1 Cletus, pulls up to the line here for the final race in round 2.
Carrying the colors of our team proudly, Colton Eichelberger and Max D got the biggest break of round 1. Lost to Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco, but she ended up crashing the truck with that big rollover. They could not get it fixed. Colton then, by rule, comes back in this spot.
And he's got the lead right now over FS1 Cletus. Will he be able to hold on?
Max D trying to take advantage, and Colton Eichelberger, just like Denny, you don't want to give him a second shot.
16.170 for Max D. Colton Eichelberger, who this year is storming onto the scene of the FS1 East Championship Series, and he's made a fan out of me, that's for sure. This kid can drive.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
And now only 8 remain as we continue towards crowning our Monster Jam World Finals 18 Racing Champion. Quarterfinals is next. Welcome back for our quarterfinal round of racing at the Monster Jam World Finals 18 at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. 8 remain, and it is intense.
It really is, and you look at the matchups. Here's one I don't think anybody had in their original bracket. Gas Monkey Garage against Megalodon, and I don't know who had Adventure and Overkill Evolution as a quarterfinal matchup. This one here, a little more expected possibly as we get ready for round 3.
Some major upsets in round 2. Tyler Menninga, one of them in Grave Digger, beating Morgan Kane in the last round of racing.
You know, when you look at it, honestly, that's a big upset because this kid is something else. He's going to take on the fast qualifier, and believe me, Cody Saucier knows how good Tyler Menninga is, and he's going to be keeping his eye on him. But look at where Menninga's starting. He's all the way up against, oh wait, oh, we got a red light. Cody jumped the gun.
And Tyler Menninga, just like that, before the race even ends, moves on to the semi-final round of racing. What a bummer for Cody Saucier in Monster Energy.
Wow, they came across the line together. That would have been a great race to call. We didn't have a chance to call it because Cody just, I mean, he way jumped the line, but the time, 16.047 for Tyler.
That is one of the fastest times of the night right now for racing in the Monster Jam World Finals 18. Here's the replay of Cody Saucier and Monster Energy with his red
he's in
light.
the beams. Oh, he just jumped. And then he knew he'd already messed it up.
Well, let's hear from Cody Saucier about that race.
Totally driver error. Second time in a row is that red light got me here in Vegas, so nobody to blame but myself. You know, I tried to mellow out right there at the line. I was so proud of Tyler, and I think it got to me a little bit. And yeah, I got nobody to blame but myself.
So Cody Saucier, the fast qualifier, is now out. We talked about this opening up for Ryan Anderson. You better keep an eye on Tyler Menninga, but let's get back to the line. Here's a guy you better not sell short, Alex Blacklow and Megalodon.
And a guy who's got to be over the moon right now, BJ Johnson and Gas Monkey Garage, who has fought mechanical demons all year on the FS1 E Series.
Here are the two of the most light guys. You notice that BJ went back right on top of the blue groove, but Tyler wanted to get away from it. Interesting to watch where these guys are starting in the starting box. My point is, these are two of the best light guys among their peers in the industry. One of them is about to go to the semifinals, and his name, I don't know, it's too close to call. I'm not calling that one.
I don't know, but I think your winner is BJ Johnson, Gas Monkey Garage, his fastest time of the weekend, a 16.293. Let's check out that replay and that photo finish right there, practically neck and neck in the final turn.
You know, this is what you love. Neither guy makes a mistake. They're both on it. They both run great races. And this time, BJ Johnson and Gas Monkey Garage had, maybe 6 inches more at the line.
You don't find races closer at the finish line than you do here at the Monster Jam World Finals every year. And we still have more. Mike Vauders, the second. Overkill Evolution now in the yellow lane after that upset last round against Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy.
You know, we've seen this guy do some amazing things here on this track. And here's a guy having the racing night of his life. He's won Freestyle here before, but we've never seen Jim Kohler and Avenger this strong in Monster Jam racing at World Finals. Can he do it again?
I'm sure he'd love to celebrate 20 years of Monster Jam action with that championship tonight, but he's got to beat Mike Vauders the second, and it looks like a better lead.
2 lengths to the turn. Jim Kohler and Avenger Nobody pinch him. Don't wake him up. He's going to the semifinal.
A 16.186 for Avenger. Jim Kohler
The
moving on to
entire
the
state of
semifinal round.
Michigan is standing and cheering right now.
You can hear it, and Mike Waters the second, keeping up with Avenger. 3 wheels going into that final turn there. You got to give kudos to Mike Waters the second. Great night tonight so far for him.
Here's your stat of the night, Ryan. In 17 years, Jim Kohler won 3 rounds of racing on this track. Tonight, he's won 3 rounds of racing. He's doubled his win total.
In the yellow lane, Colt Eichelberger and Max D, his dad Tom Mentz in the house, and in his ear right now giving him tips on the track.
And Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. The future is now. If you don't believe it, watch this race. These two are ready to throw down, and it's just the continuation of Dennis Anderson versus Tom Mentz done through their children.
And Colt Eichelberger out of control in Thunder Alley. Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, just has to cross the finish line right now.
Yeah, but he wants lane choice. He's got to stay on a rail. Ryan Anderson is spot on tonight. I'm telling you, you better watch him. And Colton looks like Tom has a couple of times when he's lost. Tom's won this more than anybody else, but when Tom has lost, they've been spectacular. Although Son of a Digger's time is not the best time of the round. They're also close, 16-2, 16-0, 16-1.
And all 3 of our 4 semifinalists so far haven't won a World Finals Racing Championship yet. And Colt Eichelberger, Max D, just not able to control that chicane, and that Max D truck got the best of him. But Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, moves on to our semifinal round. He'll go up against Jim Kohler in Avenger, and BJ Johnson, Gas Monkey Garage, will go up against Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. You want to take a pick?
Wow, when you look at this, you've got to say this is opened up for Ryan Anderson, but if I do that, I'm selling Jim Kohler short, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Avenger looks awesome tonight.
Tyler Menninga is in the yellow lane at the BKT Tire starting line in Gravedigger.
Now, Tyler's got lane choices. He wanted to come back over to the right, even though he's looked good in either lane. Now, BJ Johnson, Gas Monkey Garage, I think BJ likes this green lane, so they may both be in the lane they prefer.
Who will move on to the final round of racing? Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger with the lead coming down the straightaway.
Final length to the turn. Let's see how they get the turn. Boy, Menninga spot on. He clipped it. Maybe a little bit of a clip on that car, but it didn't cost him anything. He's going to the championship race. Last year was the double down final. This year he'll be in the big show final.
A 16.473 for Tyler Menninga. Really just kind of kiss that car like you do your mom when you grab your lunch, you run out the door.
Yeah, it kind of didn't cost him any speed even. I mean, it rubbed off a tenth maybe.
But he held it together, and he's going to his final round of racing in his 2nd year of competition in Monster Jam.
And what's really amazing is what this guy's been doing all night. He'll be in the green lane. Jim Kohler and Avenger having the night of his career in terms of racing. And he's got a tough draw.
Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, has come so close to winning this World Finals Racing Championship. Tonight could be his night, but he's got to beat Mr. Excitement, Jim Kohler, right now.
Jim is feeling 10 foot tall and bulletproof right now, I guarantee.
And it looked like Ryan got the jump off the starting line, and Jim Kohler with some issues.
First time tonight he's out of shape, Ryan.
That means Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, if he can hold it together, will go to our final round of racing. Ryan Anderson looking calm as you're riding on board across that finish line. A 16.406 for Son of a Digger.
The first run, I should say, of the night that Jim Kohler wasn't in the low 16s. It cost him in the semifinals.
And only 2 of the biggest superstars in Monster Jam remain. The intensity is in their eyes. Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger strapping in to go head-to-head with Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, both looking for their first ever World Finals Racing Championship. Who will it be? Find out next. It's time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals 18 Racing Champion here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. It has been a phenomenal night of racing so far.
Well, and you know, we've seen a lot of upsets and surprises, but these two have earned their way to be here. But I got a big question for you. Who is Kristen Anderson picking? She's dating Tyler Menninga, and Ryan's her brother. We got to ask her a question.
We're sitting on board right now with Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. The seriousness, just you can see it in his eyes right now.
Yes, he has an opportunity. This kid's one of these ice water in the vein guys. I don't think he's going to be blown up by the moment. Ryan Anderson has been so close. He's been the runner-up before, but he's not got his own piece of championship hardware. His dad has 4 of them. His brother has 4 of them. Ryan goes for his first. Looked like he almost lunged a little bit there.
Not a red light, though. It's the championship round race, and Son of a Digger with a slight lead.
Tyler's a little wild and is coming to the turn, but I think he's still keeping his speed up. Hey, they're coming to the line together.
Here we are. It's a photo finish for the championship round race at the Monster Jam World Finals 18. Who won?
They're looking at the replays as we are. They're looking at the big board right there.
Your winner is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, your Monster Jam World Finals 18 racing champion.
You know, his crew chief, Brandon Vincent, has been with him every time he's been in the runner-up spot. That's why you heard that big howl come from the back.
And it was that same turn that bit Ryan just a few years ago in that final round.
Ragged edge. I mean, he was sideways, but he just never got out of it, and he actually has a nice angle into the turn. Ryan, on the other hand, just spins that back end out. Man, they come to the line together. This is fitting of a race for the World Championship.
And the Gravedigger camp celebrating another Monster Jam World Finals Championship. There it is, the photo finish. Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, just edging out Tyler Menninga in Gravedigger. What a great race and what a great night of racing overall.
You know, I know he's thrilled, but there's Dan, there's the proud papa. But Ryan's got to feel a lot of weight lifted off his shoulders right now.
You can see it. Look at that smile. I don't think there's any question who's number one tonight.
Champion of Stadium Tour 3 this year in Monster Jam competition, and he backs it up with the Monster Jam World Finals Racing Championship. And maybe he'll go into Saturday with the best chance we've seen in a long time to win both titles.
Saw the banners, you saw the signs, you saw the crew shirts. This place is electric for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Congratulations on his first ever Monster Jam World Finals Championship.
Dude, it's amazing. I thought I would just never win here. I almost was ready to write it off. I was like, dude, I'm gonna just give up. I'm gonna do good all year except for here. Well, tonight, I proved myself wrong, man. I couldn't be happier to do it on the 35th anniversary, and especially with everybody knowing my dad got injured this year, wasn't able to compete. I did it for him, man. I don't care. I've been having a blast, but I couldn't have done anything that I'm doing right now if it weren't for this old dude right here. He paved my way in gold, and I am not embarrassed of it. I take full advantage of it because I know that's what the fans want to see.
What a fantastic night of racing. Now it's time to celebrate 25 years of Monster Jam with our brand new truck and a trick that we're about to be wowed by. Neil Elliott, who drives Max D, is out here. Scott, why don't you, from your perspective, talk about 25 years of Monster Jam?
Well, and again, this kind of sums it up, that beautiful truck to represent the fans in 25 years, but it's going to do a special stunt. This is one that's been developed at Monster Jam University for a long time with Tom and with Neil. It's a forward momentum backflip. You've seen a lot of backflips landing straight down. This is a special ramp. If it works, it will actually catapult him forward as he does the backflip. Here we go.
And it looks like over Son of a Digger, too. Nails it!
Wow. Spot on. Congratulations, Neil.
Here's the replay of the first ever forward momentum backflip by Neil Elliott as our competitors are along the track watching, and fans from around the world got to see for the very first time one of the most spectacular things you're ever going to see at Monster Jam.
Going over our new world racing champion. Son of a Digger parked it right there with all the other competitors lining up. But look at this. Now they've flooded the zone, if you will.
All of the Monster Jam trucks from our pit party, their drivers and their crew members are out on the floor to say thank you to every Monster Jam fan around the world for allowing us to come to your city and your country every week to bring you Monster Jam action. Congratulations to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, our World Finals racing champion. Check back to monsterjam.com and our social media pages for highlights, recaps, and all of the Monster Jam coverage you need every day to get that Monster Jam craving satisfied. And don't miss Freestyle Part 1 Sunday, April 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern here on FS1. Check your local listings for times. For Scott Douglas, 25 years of Monster Jam has led to this night. The Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. The track at Sam Boyd Stadium has been redone, and it is now time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals 18 Freestyle champion. The nerves are through the roof. The drivers are ready to do battle, and Monster Jam fans from all over the world are here tonight in Las Vegas for the ultimate spring family vacation and the Monster Jam World Finals 18. Who will bring the momentum, the big air, the wow moments, and maybe even tricks that have yet to be seen by Monster Jam fans and our 32 superstars competing for that trophy right now. It's time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle champion. Monster Jam fans from around the world, welcome to the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. It's time to crown our freestyle world champion. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. After Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger took the racing championship, the buzz is that he can pull it off and double down here tonight, which hasn't been done since 2002.
You might be able to make the case, and a strong one, that this is the best chance we've had since 2002 for somebody to win both. But when I look at this track, really it makes it even more wide open. There's something for everybody. Stadium elements, great arena elements, even old school with the buses out there. A lot of surprises could be coming up, and a name we're going to talk about right now. A lot of buzz about a kid named Tyler Menninger, Gravedigger. The amazing moves he makes are a viral sensation. The obstacles he uses on Triple Threat are built into this track. It's going to be wild.
32 trucks and superstars are fired up and ready to be the one who stands on top claiming that freestyle world championship. And if you're here for big air, amazing saves, and brand new tricks, Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle starts now. So Scott, we have an incredible lineup of Monster Jam superstars, and it kicks off with Alex Blackwell and Megalodon.
Yeah, this is the order we'll see them in. Of course, Tristan England, Earthshaker, earned the 32nd spot by winning the Double Down Showdown.
Matt Byton in Metal Militia looking to make a big statement here at the World Finals. And then Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower, awesome to see her back, and this time actually freestyling too.
Some incredible young talent and some veterans mixed in there as well. Cody Saucier looked really good on this track in Monster Energy.
Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare last year, coming in with the corkscrew. Will he do it again? Rumor has it he wants to do something different.
How many backflips from Scott Buto and Team Hot Wheels Firestorm? He had 3 last year.
And Adam Anderson and Gravedigger looking to go back-to-back after winning last year's Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Championship. Now here is our criteria. The only thing that's really different besides judging is that it's 2 straight minutes, not 1.5 minutes with a 30-second bonus time.
But let's focus on those last 2 lines. All the fans have the chance to be judges for the first time ever. Anybody, get your smartphone out during the event. They can go to judgeszone.com. It'll score in quarter-point increments, so it's going to look different when we see the scores. First for Alex Blackwell and Megalodon, and we'll go with it as it comes up. But the winner will not be a 38 or a 40. It's going to be something less than 10 with 3 decimal points behind it.
And the perfect score is a 10, but you have to wow the biggest fans from around the world. And up first, it's Alex Blackwell in the brand new Megalodon Monster Jam truck. That thing looks so mean.
You know, Alex wasn't sure when they came to him and said, we want you to drive this new truck. He kind of looked at it and said, is this going to work? First pit party that he ended up going to on an arena tour. Absolutely lined about the door to see this truck. Alex knew he had a winner.
And an awesome save already for Alex Blackwell here on this redesigned track from last night's racing. The Dirt crew did a phenomenal job getting it prepared for tonight, and 32 superstars getting ready to battle it out here at Freestyle.
I don't know if there's any great spot in this lineup, but how tough is it to come out here and go first? But Alex is setting the bar high right off the bat.
But I feel like, too, if you are first, that's your goal. You know, you might win if you're really lucky because you look at the lineup, but you come out, you set the bar high, it's like, beat that.
Well, and the other thing that some drivers will tell you is that the advantage is everything's fresh. There's nothing beat down yet. You've got, you know, big ramps the way they're supposed to be, all the obstacles, and this one here, too.
The first backflip of the night.
Too much, overdid it.
Trying to give it some gas.
Didn't quite get a bite. If it would come up a little bit more, I think he could have flipped it back around.
Had about 30 seconds left in freestyle for Alex Blackwell and Megalodon. The fans seem to love it, and it had some great air, too.
Well, no doubt about that fact. And, you know, when you talk about Alex Blackwell, a guy with the breadth of experience he has in arenas and in stadiums, and as we mentioned in our opening comments, there are a lot of elements built into this track from all different types of Monster Jam tracks. Alex hit most of them. And on the backflip, he just overdid it a little bit. Got a little bit of a bad bounce.
There's our first score, a 6.799 as scored by all of the fans here at Sam Boyd Stadium at judgeszone.com. And looking to make a big impact right now, it's Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
You know, this is exciting to see against so much new talent. Here's a guy just getting into it, and he's going to be a big star in the sport.
Bryce Kenny has had a few opportunities to freestyle in some stadiums. This is the biggest stage he's been on.
I would love if I could make a good combination between a good solid arena freestyle and having a little bit of finesse in there, along with a good solid stadium freestyle, including some big air.
You know, Scott, I kind of look at freestyle now with the different changes, kind of like a half pipe run. You start out with a couple cool tricks, you get into some technical grinds, then you go for the big 1080, and the place goes wild.
What we're going to have to see, this is the first time, and to pull this out of the World Finals, you got to, I don't know if you tip your hat or say these guys are brave when I'm talking about Monster Jam's officials who make these decisions, to roll out this whole new scoring system, to take officials out of the mix, to take actual judges with tablets and scoring, all that's out of the mix. Every fan has input. So we're going to see, and I think what may happen is wow factors may get a little bigger recognition because, again, the fans are going to love those. Will they reward a run start to finish in technical excellence? Let's hope so.
And Bryce Kenny in the mix right now is
nice.
A great freestyle, quite possibly his best in a stadium so far. Great save.
Wait a minute, did he just take the fountain out in the second run?
Had to cool off. He's heating up here. Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. This is only the second freestyle of the night so far, too. And 30 seconds left.
Nice job by the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny, the moment is not too big for him. He is really showing these fans that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Kind of looks like braids in his hair there with those balloons. Back into the pond. 13 seconds left for Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
This is an outstanding run from somebody in his first ever freestyle in Sam Boyd Stadium.
There you go, some big air over the bus stack.
Outstanding run. I would think that the score should be pretty decent.
He should definitely be pumped.
If you're a fan, you know, you're going to have that fan reaction, but if you're taking it seriously, it's hard to score somebody really big early. You want to put a decent number up and then make somebody beat it. But let's see what they do on this.
And there's the save from Bryce Kenny, a splash.
Oh, the fountain's dead
into the
now.
fountain. And then some big air, too. I mean, coming from Bryce Kenny, who we haven't seen a whole lot from yet, this has been great. And it's an 8.100. He is your new leader in freestyle with Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, but 30 other superstars to go.
And we don't know how these scoring's going to work out with the fans. 8.1 sounds like a pretty good number to me, when the most you can get is 10. And 10 technically would be impossible because there would have to be every person in this building put in a 10 to average a 10. Randy Brown, Gravedigger, veteran on the track, and we mentioned it during the racing program, Ryan, that he has competed here before in Man of Steel and in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle truck, but this is his first running Gravedigger on this, and he's excited about it.
And it's the 35th celebration, year celebration of the Gravedigger camp, too, so I don't think you can have too many Gravediggers, and I'm sure he loves being in that seat right now.
No such thing as too many Gravediggers.
And a sky wheelie, riding it across the pad. Randy Brown looking pretty good, and after Bryce Kenny's run, you got to step it up a little bit.
Oh, come on back, and yep, he's
there
back
he
on
is.
course. Fans loving that.
Jumping out of their seats already here for our freestyle competition, and with the World Finals Freestyle Championship on the line, if luck is on your side, that's not a bad thing.
Champion this year of Arena Tour 4, Randy Brown and Gravedigger having a solid run. He's got to pick up, I think, a little bit. If he can save this one.
There we go. 51 seconds left for Randy Brown and Gravedigger in freestyle. 2 saves already.
See if he can finish strong. Trying to get Bryce Kenny out of the hot seat. Boy, that's got some serious elevation. And he landed it beautifully in the, what was once a fountain. Now it's just it's a fishing hole.
You're pretty upset about that, aren't you? It's Monster Jam. Anything on the track isn't going to last that long. 30 seconds left here in freestyle. Can Randy Brown pull something out that is going to score him above an 8.100 right now? Truck looking a little rough.
Wow. Oh, my. Oh, my. Boy, here's when the safety gear comes into impact. Let's see how quick that goes off the onboard. They get the fire out. Look how quick Randy's out. The quick release belts, being able to just one move to get the steering wheel off. He's out. Look at him. He's in great shape. That one.
With the fire extinguishers,
yeah. Safety.
Maybe he had some Monster Jam popcorn cooking. Here's one of the first saves here where ended up endoing back on all 4 BKT tires, and freestyle continued for Randy Brown and Gravedigger. Here's the other save, too.
Yeah, these were pretty, and you just see things falling everywhere, but Randy doing okay. This was the scary moment at the end. But again, the safety gear coming through, and Randy's in good shape. Let's hear from him.
Oh man, I'm doing great. You know what? All that safety equipment we wear come in handy right then. That fire came in that cab. I saw it circle around me. Didn't panic one bit. Got out of the truck. Everything's golden.
In his 9th freestyle since 2006, sitting in a 7.800. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, in the lead right now with an 8.1. And up next, it's Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco.
Already the horn off. You know, remember, she was the hard luck story when we watched racing last week right here on FS1. She actually beat Colt Michaelberger and Max D in round 1, but tore the truck up, couldn't come back. So now she's going to take a little bit of out of the track, I believe.
Well, when your motto is be pretty, play dirty, you got to expect insanity at some point in time during racing and in freestyle too. And Becky McDonough this year winning freestyle in Toronto, and then the end of last year in Minneapolis, in her hometown too, with that back-to-back flip. I'd love to see that again.
And those were both against top-level competition in big stadiums. So she really has come into her own here in the last year or so, especially on these big stadium freestyle courses.
And two, from where she started, just a fan, to then crewing, to now driving and dominating in Monster Jam, you got to give kudos and props where it's due. And Becky McDonough is becoming one of the premier drivers here in Monster Jam.
Absolutely, and you know, her fan base is huge as well. Saw some great signs for her out there at pit party today. I know they're up in the stands right now. There she goes.
Lining up.
Nailed it.
Crowd's loving it. Becky McDonough, El Toro Loco, 45 seconds left in freestyle.
Boy, just think how far we've come in the last few years from where, wow, somebody did a backflip. Now it's almost required, and you have to land it and land it brilliantly or do something that hasn't been done before with it to really make noise out here. And this one's going to end a little too early for Becky.
Like last week, we got the onboard with Becky McDonough upside down at the end of her run, and great highlights. And, you know, Becky McDonough just awesome here, and pretty excited, too, to be a part of the big show for the first time.
You got to remember, all these fans here as well are some of the biggest fans in Monster Jam. They come from all over the world. They know the criteria, they know the rules, and they know you're supposed to fill the clock. And so her score just going to be a 7.073.
I was sitting out there watching Bryce Kenny and all them, and I couldn't see much. All I could see is just how much air they were getting. So that was my biggest thing. Wanted to stay cool, calm, and collected. I didn't want to get in my head, but seeing all their air made me feel that I had to go out there and go that much bigger.
We still have 28 competitors left, all vying for the World Finals Freestyle Championship. Who will it be? Stick around as Monster Jam continues on FS1 from Sam Boyd Stadium. Welcome back to the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs, a sold-out Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. And Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. Let's take a look in with our current leader.
Who's ready for America's best look-in?
I'm having so much fun here in Vegas, and I couldn't be more thankful for every single person watching this, sitting in the stands. That's what that's all about. Has nothing to do with the scores. It's that everybody's out here happy and ready for some more trucks.
I'd say he's a little pumped up.
UB after the run he just put in, and he's in the lead at his first ever Monster Jam World Finals freestyle competition. Taking a look here, Tristan England in Earthshaker. We'll look at some of his highlights. They started to try to get a little moonwalk there. That's a move that really has been developed in the arenas on the Triple Threat Series. Interested to see if anybody can really execute a good one here. Tristan had a nice run on his first maiden voyage, if you will, on this track.
6.888, nailed his first ever backflip too, and BJ Johnson in Gas Monkey Garage was looking good in freestyle, but couldn't quite pull it off here tonight.
Yeah, again, you got to fill the clock, and the scores, even though it's coming from all of the fans serving as judges at judgeszone.com, they're going to look for you to fill that clock. They can see how much is left. You got to give them 2 full minutes of action. Great clips, Mohawk Warrior, Bryce Kenny, 8.100. With this all being brand new, we don't know what it's going to take to win, but that looks like a good score. Colt Stevens brings out our flagship truck, FS1 Cletus, his first chance to freestyle on this field.
Well, this year finally was able to reveal himself driving Doomsday last year, and on the FS1 West Championship Series, phenomenal racing and even more phenomenal freestyle for him, so the future is bright.
Son of one of the originals, Scott Stevens, who brought out the first ever King Crunch some 30 years ago. And boy, it's just so much fun to see these second generation superstars, the Andersons and the like, and Colt is right in there with them. And he has really gotten aggressive.
Keeping up with Monster Jam on social media, too. You get to see highlights from all of our events. And the air that Colt Stevens has gotten this year is absolutely unreal, coupled with momentum, huge saves. I mean, he's got the total package.
Pretty nice leap right there. Again, Bryce Kenny was really keeping that Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with a lot of action, a lot of momentum, and Colt's kind of doing the same thing. You're not going to get away with running around on this track looking for something to hit. You better have a plan, and you better execute.
I would say, though, that Colt Stevens getting a little higher in the air in FS1 Cletus than our current leader, Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And here he is lining up for the backflip.
Boy, he stuck that landing, didn't he? Still got almost a minute to go, too.
And we got a bunch of drivers on the roof right now watching, too, to see what everyone before them is doing and try to get a feel for the track. And I really think that they're enjoying this space right here in the middle. Plenty of room to recover to go to the next pad and the next move.
You know, that was the, I guess, main theme I heard from a lot of drivers when they got their first look at the track today. Of course, they didn't see it until this afternoon. It's completely redesigned overnight. And that's what they were saying. They said, this has got the kind of things we need to go big and still recover the truck.
Kind of on the ragged edge right now, but FS1 Cletus, Colt Stevens still on all 4 BKT tires. But that is the end of the run, and a great one, too.
Yeah, he had some nice moments in here. Probably the biggest air that we saw, came very close to filling the clock, but about 15 seconds short, I believe, was the final number. Look how high he gets. The elevation really strong, and he just stuck the landing brilliantly on this backflip.
It's a 7.864 for FS1 Cletus, Colt Stevens. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, still a score to beat at 8.1, and it's Jimmy Creedon and Bounty Hunter.
Still a good, strong run for Colt, and here's a former Monster Jam World Freestyle Champion, but that Freestyle Championship came back in 2005. Jimmy would love to kind of bookend a great career. Not that he's done by any means, but by adding another World Championship trophy. And again, as great a racer as he's been, his one title came in freestyle.
And he also has been on the FS1 West Championship Series all year. He's had some moments that kind of left him frustrated, so hopefully he can channel all of that into this freestyle right now.
Yeah, and he was frustrated in racing, as we saw here last week. It was not the Bounty Hunter racing operation we're used to seeing. It wasn't his night. Maybe this will be his night.
And he has the Chris Kyle emblem on the side of his truck with the Chris Kyle Foundation. So fans absolutely love that, and the new paint scheme here with Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, not sure where he was going there. That wasn't really a spot where he really cut into a donut. Got himself out of it pretty quick, so that's the best you can do at that point. Nice position. When you can get it straight up and down like that and get some air underneath the truck, it just looks brilliant.
Takes the air right out of you, too, in that landing. But Jimmy Creedon looking for the next big move here, going for the fountain.
A lot of wet trucks, I think, by the time this night's going to be over.
Cleaning it up before they head home. That long trip across the United States back to Tanganoxie, Kansas.
Jimmy Creedon, of course, the Bounty Hunter, a true family operation. Multiple trucks operate for this team, and boy, they run top-notch equipment. And as you can see, to come out here and be a threat every year as Jimmy has been is a tribute to their entire operation.
20 seconds left, lining up for the backflip ramp. Jimmy Creedon nails it.
Still some time to drive off and give the fans one more thing to think about before they go to judgeszone.com and start putting numbers in.
But as you were talking about earlier, backflips always were the last trick to do. Now they're in the middle of the run, sometimes multiple times throughout the run.
It wouldn't surprise me if Scott Buto comes out later and does it first.
And that's the end of the run for Jimmy Creedon in Bounty Hunter. Wasn't necessarily the biggest air of the night, but he had some great moments and drove it off the track and stuck it right there.
Some of the technical things Jimmy does, I don't know how appreciated they'll be. And again, the score is 7.098. Could have been a little bit better, but nonetheless, Jimmy Creedon with another solid run.
I'm stoked with the run because of the last 2 years. Bounty Hunter just hasn't shown up to the World Finals, and I was glad to put a run down where it actually got some decent points.
Freestyle continues as we inch closer to crowning our Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Champion. And Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, still in the hot seat. Will someone be able to take the lead? Welcome back to a sold-out Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior in the hot seat right now at 8.100. But we have plenty of superstars left to freestyle and plenty who could take it away from him right now.
Another pure rookie, Matt Byton, who took over this year for the General, Brian Deegan's team in the Middle Militia truck, and has really shown us some brilliance at times, but also some growing pains as a pure rookie as he continued to compete this year on Stadium Tour 4. Probably coming off one of his strongest weekends, their last run of the year in El Paso, Texas, which was about 3 weeks ago.
Well, and Scott, too, you've seen it. throughout your whole Monster Jam career, you see some of these rookies come in and you're like, all right, you kind of have some big shoes to fill in with Metal Militia, a 2-time World Finals champion truck, but he's owned it.
Yeah, he really has. As a matter of fact, he's taken, probably no surprise, he's taken the freestyle quicker than racing. It's been tough to keep that thing on its all four wheels when he's racing, because again, they've got that Metal Militia style, and there it is.
There it is. Big air.
Right on cue, Matt. Nice.
So it looked like he was going to hit the backflip ramp there, thought about it for a second, second-guessed it, turned around, hit that big air, but here we go for the backflip ramp.
Now, you know he's not afraid of a backflip. I mean, this guy's won 12 X Games medals, so I mean, he knows all about being extreme.
And he is not scared of landing upside down either. There we go, huge speed flying across the floor here at Sam Boyd Stadium.
That speed led him to be able to combo that up. That was a nice move.
Oh!
Well, wait. What did I tell you? That's what's grabbing him in racing all year. He kind of gets into those turns, and that old dirt monster will jump up and fight you, and it got him again, because he was having a really good run.
And that was some big air. We had the backflip, but unfortunately, I think he just started getting excited because he was having a great run and got caught up and ended up on its lid. A 7.094 for Matt Buyten in Metal Militia, but congratulations to him on his first time here at the World Finals.
That was really up there. All right, I talked about him in the Open. Tyler Menninger, the champion of the Monster Jam Triple Threat East Series. This is a young man who the sky is the limit for his talent. What's interesting, though, is can he adapt his style to the big stadium?
I'm just gonna go by the seat of my pants. I'm not really playing anything, but I definitely want to go big. I'm gonna be out there, and I'm gonna be, tearing it up.
And again, MonsterJam.com has had all of the highlights. I mean, watching him stoppy, moonwalk up a ramp, and then pop into another wheel. It's just crazy what he does.
Now, talking to him earlier, I think he's been a little perplexed. A lot of people are giving him advice and talking to him. Some of the things that he has done his amazing feats on in the arenas are built into the track here. But he sees this big stadium, his first chance. He wants to air it out. So I don't know if he'll see a moonwalker. He'll try some of those things. He's going big.
I wouldn't say he's like a kid in a candy store right now, but he's a kid at the Monster Jam World Finals 18 in a Gravedigger.
You got to remember, last year he came out here for the first time, finished second in the Double Down Showdown. This year, his first time in the big bracket, he again is the runner-up. This kid is going to win world championships. Does it start tonight?
Huge air right now, doubling up on the other side of the floor at Sam Boyd Stadium. This is pretty solid.
Hang on.
I feel like I just jinxed him upside down. Yep. Tyler Menninger, that is the end of the run for him in Gravedigger right now, but
if you're out here long enough and you're one of the top contenders, you're going to have great runs, and you're going to have nights that end too early for you on this track. Big air on that one, but again, he did the air out thing we talked about. He wanted to show you what he could do in the stadium. Number's not bad at 7.105, but how about Bryce Kenny? He's getting used to that hot seat. Great Clips Mohawk Warriors still the leader.
And for Bryce Kenny, too, you got to be just out of your mind ecstatic right now, because you know that you're against the best of the best, like Mr. Excitement himself, the 2-time World Finals champion, Jim Kohler and Avenger.
Business is picking up at Sam Boyd Stadium.
Now, is there any water left in that pond area?
If there is, he'll find it.
He's coming off of a high after yesterday in racing too?
Well, we're going to find out, because Jim Kohler, he's ready to freestyle.
I feel I have the toughest Monster Jam trucks there are out there in the world. The new truck's tougher than the old truck, and the old truck's tougher than any other truck out there. So once I start hitting stuff, I'm going to keep going big the whole night. Just hammer down for the full 2 minutes. No starting tiptoeing, no jacking around. Get in, handle the business, and make it happen all the way through. Win this thing, that's the plan.
So I saw the S10 body in San Antonio on the FS1 East Championship Series. I started wondering what he was going to do for Vegas. Love the green he's got here. I asked him if he was going to do a half S10, half 57 Chevy, and he said, maybe next year.
All right, now Kohler, no.
Holy cow! Whoa!
He got it before I could say it. Known for the air. He's won the Extreme Air Award 7 years in a row in Monster Jam, and now he's already put the bar up there to win it again next year.
That was insane! And a backflip to boot. This thing might quite possibly be the toughest Monster Jam truck in the world.
That's what he just told you it was. He believes it.
One BKT tire down. but he is still going. 30 seconds left for Avenger.
Yeah, but this is going to take a little edge off what else he can do. Although I think a lot of the fans who are going to score are going to be impressed as he keeps going because he is not getting onto the throttle, flat tire or no flat tire.
I mean, have you ever known him to take his foot off the throttle?
No, sir. Not going to happen.
I mean, someone get this man his pilot's license. I still can't get over how high he was in the air.
It's something else. And, you know, the great thing for Jimmy is that for the first time really ever, he comes off a great racing night here. And so for in a way, he was kind of playing with house money, and he went for it big. Look at the fans on their feet. Don't think Bryce Kinney's going to sit in the hot seat a whole lot longer. Bryce, you earned it. Glad you enjoyed your time there.
Well, here it is.
Look at this.
Insane air. I mean, I think the people in the press boxes can get a clear eye-to-eye view with him.
30, 35 feet in the air?
Oh, from the ramp, maybe.
I mean, he is, that's some serious elevation hold.
And the backflip, perfect.
What a run. That is a world championship caliber performance. But again, we still got so many to go. And it is a 9.240. So in this new scoring era, he's the first guy to top a 9 in the fan scoring.
Score to beat Avenger right now in freestyle, and Candice Jolly is up next in Monster Mud Dalmatian as Monster Jam World Finals freestyle continues. We're back at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. Jim Kohler in Avenger is your current leader with a 9.240.
Skied it up off the tires, gave it around for my big air. I needed a good run at it, and I knew what jump to hit it. I gave the dirt guys, you know, a little bribe so they'd make it just the way I want it. To the moon, baby. The guy in aisle LL out there in the parking lot, someone's stealing his car stereo because I could see it over the top of the dome.
That's my car, Jim. Why didn't you call me earlier?
Jim Kohler, future comedian, as we get back to freestyle. Buddy Tompkins in Raising Cane, trying to catch Jim Kohler in Avenger, but not quite getting the air or putting in the full 2-minute run.
You know, again, if you're just tuning in and you're looking to say 5.8, what's that? Brand new scoring system. Every fan here has the opportunity to go to judgeszone.com, score between 1 and 10, and all those scores are average. That's why we come up with these numbers. And so far, I like the way this system's going.
It's going to be absolutely impossible to get a perfect score of a 10. And as you see, 6.289 for Dragon. John Zimmer making his third Monster Jam World Finals appearance since 2013.
So many great competitors here. I really quickly want to mention John Zimmer had a great year in stadium competition, as did Candice Jolly, who we're on board with in Monster Mud Dalmatian. And boy, what do you think she's thinking? If she was up there watching Kohler a couple of minutes ago, that's the bar you got to get over if you want to get the lead here.
And that bar right now is set at a 9.240 for Jim Kohler in Avenger, and that air, I mean, we still haven't even figured out how high that was, but let's see what Candice Jolly has to say about tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls this year. The first time ever we've had 4 girls in the main show, and I'm just excited to see what us girls can do. You know, we're always so few and far between that for us to get to go up and go against all the guys is absolutely amazing for us.
And it's amazing, too, the love she gets from the fans from all over the world here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely, and she's got such a huge following here, and the pit party is almost like her private playground, especially with that Dalmatian fashion show that so many youngsters just gear up for all year.
And Candice Jolly has, over the last couple of years, really stepped up her game, and there have been some moments where she could have taken a racing or freestyle win, and it could be her night tonight.
Great on board, so you can see how she's studying the track. When we go to those shots, watch her eyes. They're just darting left, right. Because again, there's so much on this track, and you got to square it up. You don't want to hit one of these things at the wrong angle. You're going to be on your lid.
Or end up hitting the same ramp multiple times. You want to definitely give the fans a little bit of everything and really spread out throughout the track here at Sam Boyd Stadium, because compared to previous years, there are a few less hits than we've seen in the past.
Absolutely. So it's a situation where you've got to plan, you've got to kind of really have an idea what you want to do, but then you got to be ready to adapt and just go with it.
Got about 20 seconds left here in freestyle for Monster Mud Dalmatian. Candice Jolly kind of looks like she's looking for the next move. Hopefully bringing out something huge here. Jumping the bus stack.
Nice. She's going to finish strong as we get that clock inside of 10 seconds left. You know what this water's doing whenever I'm running through it? It's creating a little mud bath over here. That could come into play later.
Looks a little slick on that corner of the track. Time is up for Monster Mud Dalmatian. This right now is for the fans, and a great run from Candace Jolly, but I do not think it will be enough to take a lead from Jim Kohler and Avenger.
It fills the clock, gave the fans some thrills with some cool moves, and of course, anytime you see a Monster Jam truck going over a school bus, it takes me back a lot of years. That's fun stuff.
It's a 6.143 for Candace Jolly in Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
It's really hard out here. There's a lot of competition. These boys are fierce this year, and the girls too, you know. But I felt like we went out there, we gave a strong performance, the best that I could give at this point, and I'm happy with it.
And as you mentioned, her big thing is the Dalmatian Nation fashion show here in the pit party. These Monster Jam fans love to get down.
77 of them, I think, was the count. Oh, wait. The Jester, that Megalodon, did he count?
Stole the show. Look at him. Look at those moves with J.R. McNeil, a bunch of Florida boys up there having a good time.
You know, this is fun and this action. It's why you got to get your tickets and make sure you bring your whole family out to Monster Jam World Finals 19. Go to monsterjam.com, get our newsletter, and you'll know when those tickets go on sale.
We had Heavy D, Diesel Dave, and the entire Diesel Brothers crew here with us at the Monster Jam World Finals 18. Get your tickets for next year at monsterjam.com. They officially go on sale in September. And you might even be sitting next to some celebrities next year at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Right now, we are on a quest to crown our World Finals Freestyle champion. Who will it be? Find out as Monster Jam continues next. We are sold out at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside the Monster Voice, Scott Douglas, and Jim Kohler Avenger still in the lead right now with a 9.240.
Here she goes! Look at Rosalie!
Hey!
That's announcing your presence.
That is a flower in full bloom right there. That wildflower, one of the more unique trucks too.
First time in freestyle competition on this track. She's not even at 21 yet. She's not even graduated from Georgia Tech yet. And she's flying around here like a maniac. I love it.
But she's had a lot of great experience competing against the Todd LeDukes, Neil Elliott's, and Adam Andersons all around the country in the Monster Jam FS1 West Championship Series, bringing it into play right now.
Well, she decided to grab the balloons and take them with her.
It's almost like a daisy to go along with the wildflower right there. And the low center of gravity, too. I mean, the way her and her dad handle these trucks is absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, you're talking, of course, about Kelvin Raymer and the Time Flies truck. There's such unique body style. Oh, she stalled. She stalled. Now the clock's frozen, Ryan. I hope she can refire. There we go.
Could it be a water issue from that fountain?
Could be. That's when these trucks aren't made to run through a bunch of water, you know? The blower will actually take in water and it'll shut the thing down. And so that's when they got to be careful. But everybody wants to go through the fountain and everybody wants to get a backflip.
There it is.
How about Rosalie Raymer?
I don't know. That thing kind of looked like a flying squirrel getting ready to land. That was awesome. She's got 50 seconds left in freestyle. Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower is showing these fans here from around the world what's up.
This is her first competition at Monster Jam World Finals in the big show. It's not going to be her last.
And I doubt she has a short road here with Monster Jam. I mean, it is just beginning and being paved, and we have 30 seconds left for Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower.
The truck, yeah, the rear wheels don't seem to be acting right. Something with the rear steering, not at 100%, but she's not taking her foot off the gas.
Like the best of the best, you do not stop until that clock runs out, and she's jumping into some donuts. Trying to, at least, but like you said, that rear steer just isn't working out for her right now.
Cooperate. So she'll fill it out. Now she's going to fill the clock, and I'm sure get a pretty decent score. And for nothing else,
there we go. One more trick.
Wait, she tried a corkscrew.
Oh.
Can you believe that?
Almost.
Cam McQueen pulled out a corkscrew a year ago. Rosalie says, let me try that, big boy.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Wow. And there it is, that huge air to start things off.
That reminds you of LeDuc the year he won it, starting like that. Wow. She was up there a long time and then just nails the backflip.
And continued to work the floor with great momentum. I mean, these fans who were loving it. Here's the replay of the corkscrew.
That just didn't quite get it all the way around.
And the way that her dad and her can save these trucks from that, I was hoping she was going to pull it off, and man, the scores would have been phenomenal, and quite possibly given Jim Kohler a run for his money in Avenger. It's an 8.155, and she looks like
she went and dove in the mud while we were getting the scores. I don't know what got into it. I told you that mud was going to come into play. I just didn't know Rosalie was going to dive in it as Colton Michaelberger, Tom Mentz's son, is on the track.
And he's off to a great start right now. Tom Mentz watching over him right now, and if Colton Michaelberger can do anything like he did in Houston and Dallas this year, this man's walking away with the Freestyle Championship.
Let's say this right now for fans tuning in who are always asking, Tom Mentz and Dennis Anderson are both here. They're both with their teams. Tom right now is on the radio talking to Colton, watching, trying to give him some guidance and helping him out. Both are recovering. They had some injuries this year and can't wait to see them both get back on the track.
And Tom Mentz, absolutely a happy camper when he sees Colton in this Monster Jam truck, representing the name and the team that he's helped build to 11 World Finals championships. And he's certain, he would put money down right now in Vegas that Colton's going to win one before the next 2 years.
Hang on to
Keeping
it,
it on all 4 BKT tires.
2 nights ago, Colton's brother, Jared Eichelberger, was the fastest qualifier for the Double Down Showdown before being upset in that tournament, and Tristan England eventually won it. But the Eichelberger boys are coming, no doubt about it.
Kind of like Matt Buyton in Metal Militia. When I first saw Colton come onto the FS1E series, I was like, oh!
Not coming back on this one.
But he came in and he blew my mind, and definitely I'm a fan of Colton Eichelberger's and Maxine. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to put together a full run.
One of the runs you talked about that we saw here on television was actually nominated for Stadium Freestyle of the Year from somebody who didn't run full time. That's how good Colton is. And he's, you know, a terror on the Triple Threat Series in the arenas. He can do it all. As we go on board, brought to you by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. You can see that. And this is what Colton is seeing as he's going upside down.
It is a 6.104 for Colton Eichelberger and Max D. Jim Kohler Avengers still in the lead right now with a 9.240. Barry Musauer Zombie, Leo O'Donnell, VP Racing Fuels, Mad Scientist Freestyles are next. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs and Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. Let's hear it from Rosalie Raymer after her wild freestyle in Wildflower.
It feels amazing being in second place in the World Finals. I could not be more happy with my run. Being in second to Jim Kohler, that is nothing to be ashamed of. I'm out here as a fan now, ready to watch the rest of the runs, and I'm excited for what's going to happen next.
I have to say, I really think, oh, the zombie arms are out. The zombie's coming out, but I wanted to follow up real quick. I really believe that the mud bath for Rosalie may have taught Kohler's dive in the water. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
It is awesome seeing zombie arms across.
Everybody's arms are going.
This sold-out crowd, Monster Jam fans from around the world ready for some zombie action from Barry Musauer and Zombie, who last year took the Leduc lead.
Let me say one other thing as we just get him started. Barry put in a ton of work before he ever got in that truck, organizing the RC World Finals on the pit party. They were packed out there. Oh, no, but he didn't want to.
And he's back on all 4 BKT tires.
I thought he was done. Oh, man, let's go with Barry Musauer and Zombie. Well, you got to start like that. Now you got to go with it. Now you got to get big.
And you've got the crowd fired up. You have their interest. And now you see if you can beat Jim Kohler right now with a 9.240 in Avenger.
If I'm up there on that roof watching, I'm going to stay out of that corner. Did you see how much that mud bogged Barry down there? He couldn't get, the wheels just started spinning, and that's going to take away from your run.
And it's not just on the pad, too. It's right on the opposite side, too, where a lot of it's been splashing. So try to avoid it, but if you can do something spectacular off of it, why not?
It's so strange, though, to have one corner of a track soaking wet and the rest of it's totally dry.
You can see slide across.
That's right in that spot.
Taking a bath again.
Wow.
From where Barry Musauer has come his first year in the Double Down Showdown and winning it, and now he's here in the Big Show. This is a true star story in the making.
Finally, he gets those wheels dried off enough to get a little momentum going.
But he's back over in the mud pit.
I swear, you get in the water in the mud, it's going to bog you down on a track where you need a lot of traction, a lot of wheel speed, and the ability to grip and go.
30 seconds left for Barry Musauer and Zombie hitting the big ramp. A little cattywampus there, but keeping it together and keeping this freestyle moving, too.
There's been some special moments, some highlights, but he's slipping around. Now he's got steering issues, and he's just going to go into reverse. Sometimes you just go into reverse. Yep.
It's been a while since we've seen a good reverse move like that.
If the truck's not going to cooperate, just hammer it in reverse.
About 5 seconds left. Maybe we can get one Hail Mary here from Zombie, but it sounds like that's the end of the run for Barry Musauer, chasing Jim Kohler and Avenger at 9.240.
You know, if I have my phone out at judgeszone.com right now, I'm not sure what button to push. Like this, there was some spectacular to this, but again, once the wheels got wet and muddy, it just really took away from, I think, what Barry wanted to do.
And he just couldn't end up away from that corner. It's just the way he kept bouncing and getting thrown back to it. So will it be enough to take the lead from the insane air Jim Kohler has gotten earlier in the night? It's a 7.166 for Barry Musauer and Zombie, which I'd say is a pretty good score for that run.
The fans are doing a great job on this scoring.
Absolutely.
The way it averages out, yeah.
It's time for Lee O'Donnell in the VP Racing Racing Fuels Mad
Nice start.
Scientist, who had a rough night last night.
He did, but you know, one of the things, I got the chance to go to El Paso, Texas, and watch his last freestyle run. I think it was the best I ever saw him do. So he comes here with a lot of momentum. He did a lot of technical things, and he's known as a racer. He comes to race, but his game has elevated so much in freestyle that I want to see what he does here tonight.
And so far, he's got a pretty good cover of the track. I'm pretty sure we've hit all 4 corners of our freestyle course here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, but now we need the big air and we need those wow moments, and there's the big air.
Nice. Aired that baby out. VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
And for a guy who's come so close, Scott, to winning that freestyle, or just a World Finals championship in general, you got to think he is just screaming for it right now.
One of these guys who comes to town, you know, we always talk about Jim Kohler having a better shot in freestyle racing, and he surprised us last night. We always expect Lee to be better in racing, but again, he's coming in with more freestyle momentum than ever. And he's gotten up to a pretty good start. It's kind of flattened out on him a little bit. He's got to probably pick it up and get some really big moves going if he wants to take a run at Kohler.
Had some trouble there picking up some traction, got the tires wet in that muddy area, so hopefully he can avoid it for the rest of the run and do something that just erupts this sold-out crowd at Sam Boyd Stadium.
Staying busy, getting a lot of wheelies in there, but again, the floor coverage has been outstanding, and now he's got to start getting it up there. He's had a couple of big leaps, but again, he's got to now rise, and kind of build on that momentum.
He has 25 seconds to do so. Lee O'Donnell and the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist lining up for the backflip.
This may help. Got it back. I thought he was in trouble there.
All right, here it is. We're running out of time right now. 10 seconds left in freestyle for the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. Big speed right now. Slap wheelie. Flooring it right now.
What? He did a front flip, Ryan.
That was insane. Go for one more backflip. The first ever.
Remember everything that got put into Tom trying to do a front flip as a stunt. He did that off a wheelie. Off a wheelie! Look at this place!
This place is...
Well, they've seen something no one has ever seen before.
I feel like I'm just as confused as they are. Did we really just witness that?
Well, first he gets the backflip. Look how late he waited for the backflip. There's the time. He's down to 17 seconds. And so his last move, he's coming big. Now he's going to do the slap wheelie, but what he does, he hammers the throttle. He doesn't just ride it. That is unbelievable.
Oh,
that defies gravity.
The first ever competition front flip successfully landed. Lee O'Donnell
He's got the
is
lead.
your new leader with a 9.355 in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
Just making good hits, get a backflip in, and I call it the Chucky. I've been a big fan of Charlie Palkin forever. He does a slap wheelie to ramp, and I figured if I can get enough speed, it'll flip over front ways.
Well, he felt right.
Nice of him to give some credit to Charlie Palkin. Charlie's never front flipped it before. He's done some great slap wheelies. And wow, by the way, we've only completed the first hour, Ryan, and Lee O'Donnell has moved into the lead in freestyle at VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
Monster Jam returns 1 week from today on FS1, where you can see the rest of the freestyle competition from Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, April 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern here on FS1.
How is anybody going to beat that?
That was... I'm still at a loss for words right now. And that...
I didn't know anybody could beat
Jim Kohler
that.
and Avenger, absolutely phenomenal. So far, what we've seen has been mind-blowing, and there's more to come. Let @LeoDonnell23 and @MonsterJam know what you thought of that front flip here at the World Finals. For Scott Douglas, I'm Ryan Lacoste. We'll see you 1 week from today as our freestyle action. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium for a sold-out Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. So far, 18 of Monster Jam's biggest superstars have already put down their freestyles, and we've seen amazing air, gut-wrenching wrecks, and some wow moments that will be talked about for years to come. And right now, Lee O'Donnell in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist is in the lead of our freestyle competition after completing the first ever front flip in a Monster Jam truck. 14 superstars remain in the quest to be tonight's Monster Jam World Finals freestyle champion. Will Lee O'Donnell hold on to the lead, or will one of the remaining 14 superstars be able to claim the top spot? Find out as freestyle continues now. Monster Jam fans, welcome to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside the monster voice, Scott Douglas. Scott, we've seen insane air from Avenger, the front flip from the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, and the drivers' faces after that were stunned. I don't even know if they know what to do now.
Well, we're barely halfway done, and that's the buzz right now. Is okay, we got to top that. Also, you got to remember, first time ever that just the fans are scoring. Nobody's quite sure how this is going to work out. That number that Lee has put up, is that really high since you're averaging numbers, or can somebody get over the top of it? Believe me, Adam Anderson has won this shooting match a couple of times. He is ready to give it a shot. Here's what we've seen so far, and what you will notice, Bryce Kenny set the bar high in Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. That was until Mr. Kohler came out in Avenger and got some of that stratospheric air.
Jim Kohler in second right now with a 9.240, but he was not able to top Leo O'Donnell on the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, the first ever competition front flip successfully completed. He sits at a 9.355, but you do have the Adam Andersons, Cam McQueen's, Mark McDonald's, and Todd LeDuc in Monster Energy still to go, and they've won freestyles before.
They have, and it's going to be interesting to see who could put together a start-to-finish run. But I think what the fans have already shown when they're pushing those buttons at judgeszone.com, they want the wow factor. You've got to give them something that they'll never forget, like this guy did last week when we saw it.
Moments leading up to it, too. Everyone was kind of sitting around waiting for Leo O'Donnell to really step up the game, and this is where it began. The backflip into the slap wheelie, into this jaw-dropping moment right here that fans are still buzzing about on social media. And we got to hear from Leo O'Donnell and his thoughts on that front flip, too.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Charlie Palkin forever. He does a slap wheelie to ramp, and I figured if I can get enough speed, it'll flip over front ways, and you know what? It's got a lot of guys. It's anybody's game.
Every time I watch that, I still am just, I can't believe how perfect that was. And here to try to top that, Cody Saucier in Monster Energy.
Yeah, it must be tough to be in Cody's space right now. He just saw it because he was sitting in his truck ready to go. He saw what Lee did. He's got his plan. He's going to start with the stopping. Now that's what you got to do. Show them something totally different that they've rarely seen on this track.
And he's been on one of our Triple Threat series where he's had the opportunity to really perfect that, and seeing that on a huge stadium floor really got this crowd buzzing.
There's been a lot of buzzing tonight, no doubt about it. Cody Saucier, Monster Energy, trying to, again, put together a run layer by layer, because what you're going to have to do now is convince the fans, who are all the judges, that your run is better than Leo O'Donnell's, and Lee's got that front flip right in his hip pocket.
And it's been so much fun watching Cody progress over the years, from crew guy to now driving his own Monster Energy truck, and this really could be his moment. I mean, every year we speculate he's in the top 5 for racing, but is this his night for freestyle?
Yeah, you make a good point. He was a crew chief on a truck that won this championship in the past. So, you know, he knows what it's like to have that euphoric feeling. He'd love to feel it as a driver. Good solid run right here and some nice air. Again, coming off of what Leo O'Donnell did, puts huge pressure on anybody. If I'm a driver, I almost try to have a gap of a few people before I have to go after what Lee did.
Right now, he's slipping and sliding all around, really where that water fountain was. You want to try to avoid that area right now because it leaves your tires slick, especially in that area. We've seen people fumbling to get through it.
Again, if you missed the first hour, Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, took out the fountain and just left us a big pond, and every time a truck goes through it, it just spreads water all into this corner, and that's why you have a mud bath in just one corner of the track, and everything else is bone dry.
And unfortunately, it is the end of the run for Cody Saucier in Monster Energy, with some great highlights, including that stoppie, which caught everyone's attention, especially after that front flip.
Yeah, and this, as you mentioned, is something that we've seen a lot of the top stars, like Cody, like Tyler Menninga, on the Triple Threat Series develop, even into moonwalks. Now, he just stopped with the stoppie right there.
Nice little sky wheelie, taking it easy, and not quite the huge air and everything we're looking for.
There was damage right there. I think he bent the 4-link bar, and that's what probably did him in right there.
I come up short, bent a 4-link bar. It's a safety issue. I get it. I got a stopping in there. I'm kind of known for that. Tyler Menninga is ripping them all season long, but man, I'm kind of known for that, and I'm very proud of it. I was looking for reverse to do a moonwalk, one of Ryan's ideas, but I couldn't find it. It's so greasy down there on the big end. It's wet from that hole down there, but it's a fun track.
Leo O'Donnell, VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, still in the lead. And up next, it is Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo, one of Monster Jam's rising stars.
go back 365 days, I think that's the exact number. This was probably the breakout performer for Monster Jam World Finals 17. Her freestyle, nobody saw it coming. But she's already gone through the wet and the mud. And again, I think it's going to slow her down a little bit.
And she wasn't able to quite get the momentum to launch off that ramp right there. So let's get her thoughts going into tonight's freestyle.
Freestyle, I just go with what feels right. I try to plan my first hit or two, depending on, you know, the possibilities of where I might end up. And I like to interact with the fans in the beginning, you know, give them a little tail wag and just get everybody built up. And then I drive by the seat of my pants.
And every week this year on the FS1 East Championship Series, she'll get more competitive, not only in racing, but in freestyle too. And I gotta say, I'm a fan of Brianna Mahan.
Yeah, she has really come a long way very, very quickly. Really still a total newcomer to the sport, but she has just grasped it very, very quickly and has really been competitive.
And is on a great run right now, too. Lots of floor coverage. She's, I'm pretty sure, hit just about every face of every ramp here, and the momentum has been awesome, too.
Yeah, and she's one who will study what the others do, and then, like she said, just try and incorporate thinking about that as she goes out and just really lets it rip. And, you know, that's kind of what you got to do. This track is laid out where you can get lost, but as long as you keep attacking and going to the different elements and different possibilities that are there, like this backflip, you're going to do well. A lot of no's, but she lands it.
And the freestyle run continues for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. 26 seconds left in freestyle.
Now she wants to really finish big. Backflip under her belt. Nice air, good positioning on that sky wheelie and gets the nose down.
The question is, what can you pull out of the hat right now that these fans have yet to see in freestyle?
How about 2 backflips? That'll help.
Going for
a corkscrew. She tried it too.
Second attempt tonight.
This is becoming the ladies' favorite move. Rosalie Raymer hit it earlier.
And she is in the top 5 right now in her freestyle competition. We'll see where Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo falls as we watch some of the highlights. Here she goes lining up for the backflip ramp, and the Scooby fans absolutely get up on their feet when this happens too.
Again, just that one kind of left a little mark, but she was able to bounce it back around. Then comes and attempts the corkscrew that, of course, Cam McQueen opened the door on a year ago here on this track. Didn't get it landed, but give her an E for effort. She went for it. Decent score.
7.268 for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. And speaking of Cam, he said earlier in the pit party that he has something special up his sleeve. So with what we've already seen, I can't even imagine what's next.
Don't tell it. Hey, let's get back to the action. Here's Chad Fortune back again in Soldier Fortune. And, you know, Chad's got so many runs in on this track. He's struggled sometimes, and then other times he has really risen to the occasion and finished among the top 5 or 6.
First hit, it looks like the left front tire is holding on for dear life right now for Chad Fortune and Soldier Fortune. Hopefully he can keep it on for the 2 minutes of his freestyle run.
Well, that's so important, and that's, again, with, in essence, you know, tens of thousands of judges punching their numbers into judgeszone.com. They, whoa!
And it's
talked about that wheel, it's gone.
Thank for the roll cage right there, which protected Chad Fortune and Soldier Fortune. That wheel bounced right off the top of the cabin. Here's where it started to really fall apart.
Yeah, you can see it starting to go away right there, and it's kind of like it's on a swivel now. It's not mounted like it should be.
Holding on for dear life, Chad Fortune hoping it stays together, but it was the final hit that would do it in right here.
You can see, yeah, it wasn't even a hit. It had already been hit, and so coming up the ramp, it actually fell off.
Here's the in-cab replay of that. Watch the tire bouncing off the top there. Boom!
Again, just the safety built into these trucks is just amazing. It really is, and boy, it came into play right there. 4.448
for Chad Fortune and Soldier Fortune, and here is Cam McQueen, who we couldn't say perfected the corkscrew last year. Will he bust it out again this year? No one's landed it yet.
I don't know about perfected it. He was the first one to do it, like he was the first one to land a backflip in a scored competition back in his Nitro Circus days, but now representing his home country, the pride of Canada, Northern Nightmare. He has won this thing before, wants to do it again, and certainly everybody knows he's got a shot.
And I know the Canadian fans love Scott Douglas. You get your Canada hat every year at the Monster Jam World Finals.
I love going up to Canada, but it's fun when they come down here and see us.
We got a wild
nice.
man
Look at him get it
wheel.
up there.
Huge error.
Again, though, you start this comparison thing, and I don't know what the fans are thinking when they're scoring, but I can tell you this. Jim Kohler's air from early is going to be hard to top. The front flip, hard to top. So where do you separate yourself? You got to do some of the same things, but right there, Cam's air a minute ago was fantastic. Not as big Vegas Kohlers.
On board for that backflip, a funny bounce
In
on its
trouble.
lid, but
No!
enough momentum to be back on all 4 BKT tires.
That's what I'm talking about. Not that it was necessarily planned that way, but give them something they haven't seen, and now the crowd's really buzzing, and it's like everybody with their phones in their hands just moved up in the edge of their seat now, really watching Cam close.
This is getting exciting right now. Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare, lining up for, looks like the backflip ramp again.
Now, you know what this is?
There
He's
it
going
is.
to do it again. That's how you do it, boys and
And he
girls.
lands it, but looks like we have some damage to the truck, so
Who cares?
that
Crowd's on its feet, Ryan.
will be the end of the run, and Cam McQueen was on one.
Well, others have tried it, but we're going to start to call him the master of the corkscrew now. This was a strong run, some huge air, and again, that amazing get it back on 4 wheels off what looked to be a missed backflip right here. You can see on the time, he does this fairly early, and I thought he was done, but I shouldn't think so quick.
Sometimes momentum and inertia are your friend, and in this case
but
it
also
was.
being a good enough driver to grab that throttle when he felt the wheels catch the dirt, and here it is. How can you do it any better?
The corkscrew from Cam McQueen in Northern Nightmare.
That is just...
It's a 9.097 for Cam McQueen in Northern Nightmare.
All week this week, the fans coming through the pit party talking about what are you going to do new? What are you going to do new? What about the corkscrew? What about the barrel roll? And I actually had people saying, man, did you do that on purpose? So I said, forget this, man. We're going to prove a point here. We're going to nail backflip. We're going to nail some big air. And we're going to nail the corkscrew again. But here we go. Score didn't stick. Whatever. We nailed it. We tagged it. We got our mark on this track out here on Monster Jam.
So our competitors are still chasing the VP Racing Fuels, mad scientist Lee O'Donnell in that front flip. Will someone be able to take the lead in our freestyle competition? Find out next. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs, where we inch closer to crowning our freestyle champion. Lee O'Donnell in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. 9.355 is the score to beat. I'm Ryan Lacoste with Scott Douglas, and here comes Morgan Kane.
Morgan Kane, Gravedigger. Here's a guy who might really have the perfect combination as he starts strong on this track. What I mean is, a couple of years as a champion on the Triple Threat Series. A lot of these ramps and obstacles are developed from the Arena Triple Threat obstacles. Yet he's also been great this year on the big stadium tracks. Can he combine those two? Because everything he should want to hit is out here.
He has some freestyle wins this year on the FS1 East Championship Series, but he's also been fighting mechanical gremlins all year here so far. So, if the truck holds together, I think he has a shot at taking the lead.
It's going to be tough, though. Again, these scores, as you can see from all the judges, only 3 trucks have averaged more than 9.00. I think fans are doing a great job, by the way. Great job scoring this.
You can see on board, too, with Morgan Kane, has his eyes turned as he's turning the truck, looking for that next obstacle, that next hit. When you're in a black and green wrecking machine, it needs to be non-stop action, or these fans aren't going to give you the score you're looking for to take the lead.
And, of course, for those of you fans who may be a little bit new to it, when they're up in the air, he's looking down because it is a clear Lexan on the bottom of the truck that you can look through to see where you're at on the track.
And it looked like he handled the muddy area pretty well there, too, jumping pretty much right over it, just bouncing off of it, continuing his freestyle, which has had great momentum so far, and some good air, too, like that.
You know, Morgan's really cerebral. He thinks these things through. He's cool as a cucumber. He doesn't get rattled. And so I think what he has seen, at least judging by what he's done so far, is to stay out of the daggone mud, because that's bogged a lot of people down, and he doesn't want to get in it.
He's kind of stuck there right now, deciding to go for the backflip.
Yeah, didn't get enough.
On the safer barrier and back on the track with 17 seconds left.
Is that assist legal? Is that legal?
He wants him to fire him back up.
He's begging him to let him fire. He is fired up. Okay, clock is frozen now. He's got 15 seconds. He needs one more big hit to try and put up a score.
Don't know if he'll be able to pull out a front flip like Lee O'Donnell, but he's pedal to the metal and some great air from Morgan Kane.
Yeah, just let her rip, fly it as far as you can, hit a combo, and she's done. Strong run, don't see it taking the top spot.
You didn't have that wow moment or that phenomenal, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened part of the run, but unfortunately, this is after the clock
Well,
is
the problem
over.
is they started the 20 seconds for the fans to score as soon as the lights went red. Some of this stuff, fans may still be pushing their buttons, but the scores are done after 20 seconds. It's a small window.
It was a great run, an unfortunate break towards the end of the freestyle run for Morgan Kane and Gravedigger. So the question is, was it enough in the fans' minds to take the lead from VP Racing Fuels
Would
Mad
really be
Scientist?
surprised again. Let's see where it ranks amongst all of them. Here we go. He ends up, it looks like totally missing the backflip, going over to his side, but oh, the wall protection just shoots him right back.
That's a great close-up right there, too.
Now this is, again, theoretically everybody's scores are in, although it's a pretty good number for him at 8.193. All this is after the lights went red.
And his face after Lee O'Donnell's front flip, he knew that he was going to have to bring it all in. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Mark McDonald, El Toro Loco, up next here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas.
Here's a guy who's won big stadium freestyles before, has finished very competitively in this competition before, but never won the World Freestyle Championship.
And gave everyone in the FS1 West Championship Series a run for their money, too. Nice. Riding the wheelie across the floor here at Sam Boyd Stadium.
Now, Lee O'Donnell, that's how everybody else rides the slap wheelie. They didn't get in the throttle. We saw what Lee did, but...
Can Mark McDonald put a run together with something spectacular to take the top spot up? 9.355 is the score to beat right now.
A strategy that someone might try, and maybe Mark is already onto it. I'm going to give him 2 minutes of everything I got. I'm not going to try, like
Look
this,
at that.
walk the wheelie. I'm not going to try and beat the front flip. I'm going to try and say, judges, fans, here's 2 minutes of everything you could want to compare to a run that really is highlighted by that one move, and see if I can win that way.
Sliding around right now in that muddy area. Mark McDonald holding it together in El Toro Loco. We've had two awesome wheelies across the floor. We've had some good air, but nothing yet that's made these fans go, wow.
Again, what I like, though, is taking the strategy. I'm going to technically see what I can score on this thing. Non-stop action, move to move, combinations, giving him a little bit of everything. I'm sure we're going to get a backflip here. If he can execute this,
perfect.
He's got a chance to put up a number, but oh, he broke.
And unfortunately, the rear axle could not hold together with 26 seconds left in freestyle.
Ow, man. I would have loved to see him take it now up another level that last 30 seconds, as much as anything to see how the judges would react to a full-blown, non-stop 2 minutes of momentum. Because he had it going on right here.
And I have to say, seeing that bus stack on the floor, too, just so much excitement and so many different feels here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. And the action has been non-stop awesome so far. Here's the end of the run for Mark McDonald, El Toro Loco, a 7.163 from our fans here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas.
Sometimes you don't want to stick the landing like that on all four wheels at once. You saw it there.
And Lee O'Donnell still in the lead. The VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. Plenty of big names to come as Monster Jam Freestyle continues on FS1. We are sold out at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. 9.355 the score to beat. The VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. Can someone do it?
Well, a big gap, too, if you notice the score between the top three and the others. Again, that's why I give credit to the fans. First time, it's just the fans judging, and they're just doing a phenomenal job. I don't think you can argue with the order right now. But will there be arguments after we see guys like Lindsey Wink and Lucas Oil Crusader put their runs in?
This year's FS1 East Series champion, and in Houston, the air he got was insane and quite possibly as high as Jim Kohler's in Avenger earlier in the night. So let's see how Lindsey plans on tackling tonight's course.
It's kind of fighting off the demons, you know, as far as like I haven't won here before. So I've got a bunch of demons that kind of haunt me that way. And it's a matter of just fighting them off and go up there and do my thing.
Sounds a little similar to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger in his interview after he won the racing championship.
He got that monkey off his back in the racing title this year. Right now for Lindsey Wink, he also got a bit of a monkey off his back. Remember, 2016 is nothing but a forgetful memory for this team. They were awful last year. They will tell you that. What did they do? They buckled down and came back better than ever and won the FS1 East Series title with air like that all over the country.
Him and Jason Purton, his crew chief, have done everything they can to put the Lucas Oil Crusader in the top spot, and now it's time to do it here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, and things are heating up for Lucas Oil Crusader.
Boy, he's really airing this bad boy out, that's for sure.
And he's jump to jump, ramp to ramp. This is some solid momentum right now for this freestyle with about 30 seconds left. And
he's shut down. No, he just kind of eased up. I guess he didn't like where he was, or maybe there's some issues with the truck, but that doesn't help. You got to keep this thing going for 2 minutes.
With 20 seconds left, what can you do to really grab these fans' attention? Here we are on 2 wheels.
Couldn't save it. I thought he had it, and then, as we see so often, once you get it back, it immediately goes the other way on you.
10 seconds remain. You can see it from one of the fans' hands on their head right now, like, ah! I bet Lindsey Wink is feeling that way right now in Lucas Oil Crusader.
Yeah, some real highlights here in this run. I'm not sure what bogged him down with 30 seconds to go. Air was fantastic because he did it several times, where a couple of guys earlier have got one big air moment. Lindsey has several, and the save looked like it was going to be spectacular at the end, but the recoil is what got him.
On board with America's Best contacts and eyeglasses, you see that this is how it ends for Lindsey Wink and Lucas Oil Crusader. And now you're on board with your current racing champion, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger.
You know, we always used to say, Ryan, when the racing champ comes out to freestyle, wow, big start.
Yeah!
That they're playing with house money because they've already got a title. Ryan wants to be the first driver, the first competitor since 2002 when Tom Meents did it, to win both championships in the same year. He's got a shot.
And he's well on his way right now, and that's the buzz from the pits all day today. Is will Ryan Anderson be able to double down? And with the freestyles he's put on this year, including Minneapolis, where he's bicycling around the track, the stoppies, and the moonwalk, you gotta believe that if you're putting money down somewhere, it's gonna be on Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger for freestyle right now.
I think he's got a game plan. I don't think he expected to have to be the front flip to get there, but he's going to execute what Son of a Digger can do best. And look at him air it out. Brandon Vincent, his crew chief, and his team, they just prepare this truck to take anything Ryan gives it, and that's a lot.
And it just seems like it is non-stop action-packed right now for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, close to that ragged edge feel that the black and green wrecking machine is so well known for, and the Gravedigger camp.
You know, I don't know if anybody's ever done it, but if you parse these runs and then just time how long everybody's in the air, Ryan stays in the air more than anybody else, and look at him land that backflip. That's picture perfect.
And he's on to the next right now, keeping the momentum up. Son of a Digger fans are excited. More big air from Ryan Anderson, bouncing back to the next pad. He is all over the place.
This may be the run I'm talking about, trying to say, hey, if I give you 2 minutes,
oh,
and he's not going to save it. He did 90 seconds of, I think, the best run start to finish we've seen without that one wow moment that Lee's got on him. But he couldn't go the full 2 minutes. No way he's going to take the lead.
And that was a good start right there with huge air and just back and forth across the track from the different pads. That slab wheelie was fantastic, and the backflip was perfect.
This was the run that I thought we were on pace to, where I've been talking about the only way I see beating VP Racing Fuel's Mad Scientist is 2 minutes of nonstop action, crazy air, everything Ryan was doing, but you got to go the whole 2 minutes.
It's an 8.043 for Son of a Digger. Now we have 6 superstars remaining. Will someone take the lead in the Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Championship? Find out next. We're back at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the ultimate spring family vacation, the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. 9.355. VP Racing Fuel's Mad Scientist, still the score to beat, and it's looking more and more like it's going to be a feat that's near impossible.
Scott Buteau, Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, brand new body. It's not going to look like that in a minute, guarantee you that. But remember, Scott Buteau last year was disappointed. He hit 3 backflips, and it wasn't enough to win the World Championship for him. What's he going to do this time? Does he try to go for more, or does he just maybe do 1 or 2 and try to come up with something different?
When he has 13 freestyle championships to his name last year, here it is, there's number 1.
Here's the answer. He's 20 seconds in, and he's already backflipping.
Well, also, too, the backflip, as it's progressed, has become more of a move rather than a wow moment, so why not throw it in early just like a donut?
And he nailed it perfectly. I mean, no one has done more backflips successfully than this guy. And remember, he set a record for stadium freestyles, 1 consecutively last year. But he hasn't won any this year, so he wants to get back on top now.
And that was 7 in a row, and man, this beautiful new body and design for Team Hot Wheels and on Firestorm just looks spectacular as we line up for number 2.
I'm guessing he's going for 4 because he did 3 a year ago. Now that's 2 in the first minute. He's got time.
53 seconds left. Will he be able to nail 2 more backflips?
And if he
backflips.
does, what are the judges going to do? The judges being all the fans now. They didn't get to weigh in on it last year. Wow, this is going to get, the plot's thickening here.
Will possibly, if this happens, 4 backflips be able to beat 1 front flip.
He's got 2. We need to see 2 more if that's what he's going for. Right now, he's doing a nice job of working the track. 30 seconds to go. He may not get 4 in.
Here we go.
Well,
here's number 3.
I should quit talking because
And he nails it.
Almost got himself in trouble. Landed that one on the back wheels, but he's down to 15 seconds. So if the idea is to go for 4, he's got to come straight down to the other end of the track and get that other backflip ramp.
Over the bus stack, into the mud pits.
Ooh, and that's going to hurt his traction momentum.
Slipping and sliding right now.
That's what he's going to do. He's going for 4.
Cutting it close.
Going for 4.
2 seconds.
Wow.
And he nails it.
Historic. We see history, and Scott Buteau. 4 backflips, and he's still running.
Massive air. He's going to drive this thing off the floor, which is, well, maybe not. Oh, and the beautiful body is just crunched and a total mess, but 4 backflips in 1 run. Here's number 1.
Truly amazing that the truck can handle it. I give Scott a lot of credit for his finesse and the ability to land them, but the truck is handling. These are not, this move is the toughest on a truck, arguably, than anything other than someone like Jim Kohler's air when he's 4 stories in the air.
Well, and you saw earlier Cam McQueen's corkscrew.
Yep.
The rear wasn't able to hold together.
And this came after, the score's only at 8.7. So again, fans prefer the 1 front flip to the 4 backflips.
Everybody in the pit party for 3 days kept asking me, you had to beat your record of 3. You had to beat your record of 3. I said, you know what? We're going to go big air. We will get the 4 if the truck stays together, and it's just be rocking on from there.
Well, congratulations to Scott Buteau. What a great run. And now, here's the guy who's shown us the biggest air maybe in the history of this building back in 2010 when he won the world title, Charlie Pauken in Monster Mud.
And as Scott Buteau mentioned, 3 days of pit party action here at the Monster Jam World Finals, March 22nd through the 24th. It is the Monster Jam World Finals 19. Get to monsterjam.com. Sign up for our newsletter. Be one of the first huge air to be a part of next year's World Finals. Out of control right now, Charlie Pauken. Not able to save it.
No. That was Charlie's flashback moment to go back to 2010 with that kind of air. This is the kind of air he gave us then.
And this looked ragged edge right here in the beginning too. Just
well, that's the problem. You got to land it.
Push the pedal and pray.
Went right into that ramp and did it with 4 wheels instead of his buddy Lee having it on the back 2 wheel. He might have been better off to try to slap that thing up.
Short but sweet at 5.217 for Charlie Pauken and Monster Mud.
Here's the champ.
Our reigning World Finals Freestyle champion, Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, looking to go back-to-back right now. As they celebrate 35 years of Monster Jam action, let's see what Adam has to say about tonight.
Coming back into World Finals, being the reigning champion for freestyle, everybody's gunning for me. They don't want us, none of the Digger team, to make it. I would love for any of us to take it, but at the same time, I want to be on top again.
His dad, Dennis, is up here watching right now intently as Adam Anderson chases his 2nd World Finals Freestyle Championship in a row. Some good air right now.
Nice combination. Now remember, we've seen drivers and trucks win back-to-back racing championships. Whether it's John Seasock, Adams done it. It's only happened once in freestyle. Tom Metz in 2001, 2002. That's the only time anybody's gone back-to-back. It's so tough to do it on this track, and quite often we've seen a winner lay an egg the next year. So that's really great to see Adam fill in that first minute. Now can he elevate the game even more to take it out the door?
There was a lot of controversy last year after we concluded our World Finals. Did Adam Anderson truly win? Well, right now it is in the fans' hands 100%. He's chasing Lee O'Donnell.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Nails it now. To continue the run, it looks like the truck's been shut off. They're going to give him an opportunity to refire, and Gravedigger is back.
Well, that didn't take long. And he's right back up there with some serious hang time.
The score to beat, a 9.355. The truck is falling apart for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, and that is, unfortunately, the end of the run and the end of his reign as our World Finals Freestyle champion.
Last year, Adam won. This year, the track won. It's his matchup with this truck for sure.
Didn't fill the clock. Didn't have that wow moment, so we're just speculating at this point that he is not going to be able to take the lead from the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, but great air, great momentum, and everything you would expect from a Gravedigger.
And Again, absolute brilliant execution on the backflip. For some reason, it shut off, but it was very brief. He got it fired right back up.
And this is close to where it all started to come apart, if you will. The truck, these 10,000-pound machines can only take so much. It's a 7.390 for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. VP Racing Fuels, Mad Scientist, still in the lead. And we have 3 of Monster Jam's biggest superstars left to freestyle, including 2 World Finals freestyle champions. So who will be our freestyle champion? Find out as we continue next. Welcome back to the Monster Jam World Finals 18 in Las Vegas, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. It is a sold-out Sam Boyd Stadium. I'm Ryan Lacoste with Scott Douglas. 3 superstars remain, and the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist is still in the lead.
Hey, look at that leaderboard. The cream rising to the top. And here's a guy who has tasted the fruits of this victory not all that long ago. Mike Vaughters II, Overkill Evolution. He's known for big hang time and multiple backflips. Let's see if he can put it all together and take a run at VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
And I don't know what it is about the way the truck is designed, but he just has great handle over it. He can flow around a course, freestyle racing, and had some pretty spectacular moments the night before in racing. Right now, a big backflip from Overkill Evolution.
He may be going after Buto's record. He didn't even wait 30 seconds on that first one.
He is now a proud papa, and he's here to try to get back to the top of the mountain in Monster Jam Freestyle on the World Finals stage with a great save right there, too.
Really gets it to hang up in the air. Notice he taps that brakes and gets it settled just right.
Here it is, number 2. Maybe he is going for Scott Buto. Oh, but it looks like the rear
that
of
landing
the truck
wasn't good.
is falling apart.
Yep, they're going to shut him down.
Officials inspecting the truck, and that is the end of the run for Mike Vaughters II in Overkill Evolution. But he was on a pretty good run for him.
And you can tell Mike wanted to continue, but he can't see what the officials are seeing, and that's a safety call, and they made it right there. And a matter of fact, that he wanted to continue, but it looks like they're going to have to tow him off, so he probably couldn't continue anyway.
It's a 6.591 for Mike Vaughters II in Overkill Evolution, and 2 superstars remain, and this man hungrier than anyone else for his first World Finals championship. It's Neil Elliott in Max D, and right now he knows what he has to do to win.
Well, yeah, sure he does. Can he execute it, and will it be enough? Again, just the magnitude of a first-time ever, never seen before move that probably most people didn't think could be done by Lee O'Donnell on that front flip. Again, this could be the guy that I'm talking about. Can somebody give us 2 minutes just like he started? Big moves, combos, everything you want to see, backflips, maybe even a little something unexpected, and fill the whole 2 minutes of nonstop action. That's what I think is the only chance to beat what Lee O'Donnell's done.
And Neil Elliott can absolutely do it in Max D. So close to winning the FS1 West Championship Series this year, and it was just the night before he executed a first-time move ever with that forward motion backflip.
Look at, yeah, but again, this is in competition, and that's what, again, has everybody just shaking their heads still about that front flip from the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist as we're watching Neil work the entire track. And the air, again, kind of like Ryan. He seems to spend more of his time in the air than he does on the ground. Look at that.
Huge air landing on Ryan in the fountain, or what was a fountain. And Neil Elliott, Max D, is starting to turn things up in freestyle.
Got to dry those tires off. He's got to get the tires dry. All right, he's all right.
Floor coverage has been spectacular so far, too.
This has been brilliant start to finish. He's still got 39 seconds. Really think he's kind of got to go somewhere. Here we go. Now he'll go for the backflip and still have 30 seconds to go.
And I don't know.
Pull it out of there.
Back on all 30 seconds left. It looks like that left front might be losing a little air.
That's not going to stop him. Why? I think he's put himself in the conversation. How does he end the run?
Here we go. Stop.
No, what's he doing?
We're in reverse.
No way.
Hits the backflip ramp.
Again!
Holy cow!
A knock of the crowd. It's another thing that's never been done in competition before. Others have tried that move. That's the first time it's ever been done in a Monster Jam competition. What a finish for Neil Elliott. And now what are the fans going to do on their score pads?
And then he goes on this ragged edge run across the floor after that first ever reverse backflip. Neil Elliott and Max D is knocking on the door right now for that World Finals Freestyle Championship. Will that be enough?
You know,
to
he
take
wants
the
the
lead.
title. He wants the title. But I got to believe coming out of that window, that's a feeling of satisfaction for him. He knew what he had to do. He did it. Now, all he can do is put it in the hands of the scorecards that the judges are holding at judgeszone.com. First, lands that and saves it. Love that combo. But this has never been executed before.
Apparently planned, executed, and something that he knew he wanted to do.
Transmissions aren't made to do that kind of power in reverse. You're not supposed to have that kind of power.
And like you've said, we've seen trucks try it before, but they have the rear engine, so it's been difficult to
But it's never been executed like that. He executed. He landed it and continued. I'm just amazed. I'm stunned.
And it's a
look how close.
9.316. 2
Wow.
1/100ths of a point behind Lee O'Donnell. And the VP Racing Fuels mad scientist, the crowd is upset, but they're technically booing themselves.
They're booing themselves. They are. Now, this guy can make all this a forgotten memory. Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy, remember the run he put in here when he won his championship. Some feel is the best we've ever seen on this track.
And still to this day, the LeDuc Leap, the current FS1 West Series champion, in his brand new ride in Monster Energy. It is your last superstar to freestyle tonight at the Monster Jam World Finals 18.
Wow, I can't get over how close, and deservedly that close, but that shows you how this judgeszone.com with the fans scoring, I think it's the best, one night, I think it's the best system we've ever seen.
I mean, just from front to beginning so far, this weekend has been amazing, to say the least. I mean, these drivers have been putting their all into every moment of racing. Now freestyle. Tom LeDuc hitting the backflip ramp, nails it.
You notice that he takes a little different status. He gets right on top of it and then just almost kind of gives it a burp with the throttle and gets a lot of speed into the revolution.
Still on the clock right now, jumping over the bus, kind of on two wheels there. That was interesting. 75 seconds left in freestyle for Todd LeDuc.
How big do you think Lee O'Donnell exhaled when those scores came out, only to see Todd LeDuc pulling on the track and knowing this guy could go this big?
I mean, he's up on the stage. He looks like he doesn't want to talk to anybody.
No, he's off by himself over there. And think about it. You're Lee O'Donnell. You're on the cusp of your first world championship.
Another
but
backflip.
This guy's just hit another backflip.
Lands sideways. Can he? Oh!
But now you know you got it. Todd LeDuc leaves way too much time on the clock. You can see the frustration. Lee O'Donnell is going to shock the world as the Monster Jam World Freestyle Champion in VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. But some big air. I'll tell you, LeDuc went out to give him a run for it.
Well, and the judges still have to lock in their scores. We're waiting on that final number right now. Monster Energy attempting 2 backflips and had great coverage of the floor, the momentum, the air. It was all there. It was shaping up to be a Todd LeDuc kind of run, which usually ends with 10s and the championship in freestyle at the end of the night. So now we wait. It's a 7.660. Your Monster Jam World Finals 18 freestyle champion is Lee O'Donnell and the VP Racing Fuels mad scientist.
You know, a guy who's been at the game, a veteran, somebody who's always out there working with the younger talent, always trying to improve and perfect his craft, always looking for that next win, so competitive. Look at the emotion right now. All the competitors are proud of it.
And we'll talk to Lee O'Donnell and the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist team when we return. He is your World Finals 18 Freestyle Champion in Las Vegas. It's been a phenomenal night here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. There he is, your freestyle champion, Lee O'Donnell, and the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, Ryan Lacoste, and Scott
Look at the
Douglas.
emotion. I mean, this is just so phenomenal. Look at the scores right here. They were so close to the top. I thought the fans did a great job.
And that front flip, just phenomenal.
Absolutely. As you look through it, really the order really came in quite well when you really feel out how fair it is. But the man at the top, Lee O'Donnell, and Ryan has got him right here.
Lee, some would say you've been shortchanged of a World Finals championship, but the hardware is yours, and so is the microphone, my man.
You know what? I don't even know where to begin. Oh, I'm gonna need a minute. My wife and my kids. They mean the world to me. These guys right here, this is our family right here. At the track every week, right here, Brian. Yeah,
Wow, the fans here, man, I got so many personal fans up there. They were all like family to me, and I can't thank Feld, the family, enough. Monster Jam, man, VP Racing Fuels. How about that, right? How about that? Man, my buddies at Hogs and Heifers, Never Lift. God, this is awesome. This is awesome.
You know, when you think about it, here's a hardcore racer who came into the sport from off-road racing, serious, nose to the grindstone, who embraced Monster Jam, who loves these fans, who finishes his runs, and he'll go up to the top row to give tickets away, and he turns in a moment that is already going viral. It's already going viral, Ryan, as we stand here right now.
I still can't stop watching it, too. Congratulations to Leo O'Donnell, his crew chief, Ryan Maines, the VP Racing Fuels team. That is awesome to see, and the emotion, too, to be on top of the world right now. Here
We're not done, we're not done!
It's the 35th anniversary encore. Here comes Adam Anderson.
There's Kristen Anderson and Ryan.
The old style body there too. Love that. Then Ryan Anderson, your racing World Finals champion, all lining up for the backflip ramp.
Okay, Adam's first. Now, I think this is going to be Kristen's first actual backflip. Remember, she's a rookie on the Monster Jam Triple Threat Central Series. She's in the style they call Grandma here. Way to go, Kristen.
She nails it, yes.
Now Ryan's turn. You know he's done a bunch of them.
You can see Dennis up on the stage right now watching as Ryan nails it too. And
here
we
comes
go.
Team Gravedigger.
Scott, have you ever seen this? I know you've seen some crazy Gravedigger freestyles, but anything like this before?
Not 1, 2, 3. I can't count. They're all over the track. And they're all freestyling at once. Look out, boys and girls. You know what this is. This is a lot of trust in your teammate, or you just don't care.
And there goes Kristen, but we still got more carnage on the track. What a way to celebrate 35 years of absolute carnage all around the world for Team Gravedigger.
Wow, a celebration. You know, Dennis Anderson still recuperating from his injury he suffered earlier this year. I don't think he could have enjoyed this anymore if he'd have been in one of those trucks to have had the best seat in the house to watch it. And there he is with his team. Team Gravedigger, 35 years of doing it only for the fans, giving them what they want, and having a major role in building everything to where it is today.
Who's ready for America's best look-in?
As we look back at this year's Monster Jam World Finals, absolutely phenomenal. If you weren't with us, you need to join us March 22nd through the 24th for the Monster Jam World Finals 19. If you have your Double Down ticket, you'll be able to renew starting August 1st. If you don't, you'll be able to get yours in September. Sign up for our newsletter at monsterjam.com and make sure you get that email first to be able to lock in your tickets for the 2018 Monster Jam World Finals. Scott, you've been at every one of these. What do you think about tonight and this weekend?
I don't know that we've ever seen more innovations and more firsts. Even going to the fans judging at judgestone.com, but then you look, I mean, we've seen that air before. I'm not sure that high, but a second perfectly executed corkscrew, but then the front flip, this move right here, never done before. What a night. And they're going to try and do more stuff you've never seen before next year, Ryan.
So congratulations to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, your racing champion. Leo O'Donnell, the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, your freestyle champion. And thank you, fans from around the world, for joining us. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. There he is, a happy father, husband, and World Finals freestyle champion.